I save this after when the afternoon show comes on and they're open, but I'm going to start saying it in this show,
Okay,
too.
do it.
It is now safe to open your ears to entertaining content.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Is that a shot at the previous show?
I just always bash the show before.
Right. Okay. So you'll bash us when you get to the
Travis and
afternoon
Sue would
show.
get bashed on all shows.
They really do.
Including their own show.
They really do get it. And they're such nice guys.
Well, because that's always what makes great content is nice guys.
I like nice guy radio. Everybody
When
loves
you were built-
nice
Wasn't
guy
that a
radio.
bit for Don Rickles?
Golly
I'm a
gee.
nice guy.
Yes.
You said it about me in your Insta story that I'm a bad guy.
Yeah, you are a bad guy.
Let me tell you who was a bad guy for the 20 years building the Steve Mason empire. Steve Mason.
Get
Why
out of
was he
here.
a bad guy?
Remember when he would be on Good Day LA, he'd come in here with his shades on, not talk to anybody?
Yeah.
That's not true.
Hey, guys, I'm on TV.
That's
Yeah.
just not true.
Well, it's not true anymore, but it was true.
Was I a different person
And
when I
how
was
many
hosting
there
Good Day
was
LA?
nothing more important to you. You would have stepped over your mother to do a 2-minute hit on Good
Wait a minute.
Day LA.
I was hosting Good Day LA.
right.
That's
No,
different than
no.
a 2-minute hit.
Don't say 2 minute
Yeah,
hit. He was
2-minute
hosting.
hit. No, I was actually hosting. But no, I'm definitely over the TV thing
Oh,
completely.
please, if they called, you'd be right.
I generally don't answer.
Uh-huh.
I generally don't answer.
It is a live Imaging Tuesday, presented by Kia of Downtown LA. Let's get it rolling. The biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland, right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
No Bergman today.
No Bergman.
I told him to get out of here because he looked like death this morning.
Here's the
did
thing.
he?
Why do you come to work when you're sick?
I don't know.
I don't understand. Like yesterday, Bergman was like not feeling well. We go into the little production B studio because the conference room's taken. I'm like, why are we in this room
So
together?
is that why you were so irritated when you snapped at me?
It was. I'm like, what am I doing with the sick guy in the
And
studio?
he was just coughing on
Although
you.
you were kind of a
Don't say it.
you
Bad guy.
were a Joe Fortenbaugh at that moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Am I
producer
the only
Laura.
one who would welcome Joe Fortenbaugh back to the
I'd
airwaves?
welcome
Yes.
you back. I like Joe.
Yeah.
I wanted to
think
do
he
a
was-
weekly segment with Sedano and
With
Cap.
Sedano and Cap. It's perfect.
I think that's what people want to hear.
Oh, yeah. That's the opposite of nice guy radio.
Yeah. Perfect.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Is LeBron a Cav yet?
Well,
God.
according to ESPN, he is.
Is this what you've been running with?
The amazing coverage over him going to a game. It's incredible.
It is. It is. Well, I mean, it was a scene. I mean, wherever LeBron goes, it's a scene. I didn't understand, and I'm not a fashion guy at all, but is that furry hat a thing? Is that
Yeah, that's a new kind of hipster
It's a
thing.
new-
Really?
Yeah.
Mace is going to show up with a furry hat tomorrow now.
the new furry hat is
The
like
one
a thing?
Savannah was wearing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I thought it
isn't
looked
she
good.
blocking people behind her from seeing the game with the big furry hat?
Well, it wasn't that. It wasn't like a top hat.
Okay. This was my takeaway from the LeBron
furry
thing.
hat was
the furry
blocking?
hat. Yeah, the furry hat.
If she was LeBron, if she was 6'8", I think maybe she's
Right.
blocking people. But no, she's Savannah's normal size.
Right.
Yeah. No, I think she's.
The
fine.
hat's a little oversized, but yeah, it was a scene. No, but I mean, get over this, people. I mean, LeBron is. I mean, I just said this a minute ago, but LeBron's coming back. He's going to sign a gigantic extension. His podcast partner is going to be his head coach, and his son is going to be at the end of the bench. Bam, period, done.
The end of the bunch,
I
but
think
playing.
that trifecta is happening.
He's
Yeah,
playing,
I'll
though.
agree.
You're going to see him play.
Well, I mean, LeBron's podcast partner might put him in games. It is
Also-
so weird that it's a podcast partner that is going to be the next head coach.
Yeah, this would be the same as if Sue Kalinsky coached the Lakers.
Exactly.
By the way, what were you explaining to Sue? I saw today in social media that I was shocked she didn't know. She didn't know what cryotherapy was.
No idea what cryo is. And she had just done a marathon. Sue Kalinsky, at 66 years old, actually didn't do a marathon. She did an Ironman.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Sue looks 46.
Yeah, she's 66 years
Jeez,
old.
good
Yeah,
for
she's
her.
on Medicare. And, well, I mean,
She looks good
right
for
at
her
65,
age.
you're on Medicare.
Wow.
They look great, though.
But I'm telling you, she just did this triathlon, and I'm like, that is really impressive. It wasn't like a full triathlon. Like, she swam 2 miles.
No, it's a mini triathlon. It happens all the time. You do, instead of doing like the real Ironman is a 110-mile bike ride, full marathon, and you swim 3 miles.
Is that what it is?
And I think in a mini triathlon, it's you swim a mile.
I think that's what it was. She
you-
rode
you-
for 15
right,
miles,
right.
and she
then
ran
you
for 4 miles.
You run a 5K.
Yeah. And she
Yeah.
invited me to do it, and
You
I'm
can
never,
fit- well, maybe not
ever,
with your foot.
ever doing it. I've got
Yeah.
metal in my foot.
But you know what we could do?
And in your head.
Just a little.
Now we have to say late, great Sam Rubin. Sam got me involved one year in all the TV stations were doing a mini triathlon, but it would be like we would enter as a station, and each one of us would take a leg. Like Chris would ride the bike, I would do the swim, you do the. Well, you do the swim.
I'd say something.
I want to see Chris do the swim.
No, Chris.
I
We
couldn't do the
put
swim.
Chris on the bike.
I'd be on the bike.
On the bike, yeah.
I did swim
I'll do
in
the
high school.
run because you have pins in your foot, and you do the swim.
I swam
but
in high school,
You're
but I
pretty
was-
slow for a
Yeah.
swimmer.
I was a lot different build then.
So you would take the bike.
I would take the bike.
Would you Biden that thing?
No.
I
I actually made that joke on the Peloton the other day because I wasn't clipped. and I started to go down.
Isn't it more Jed Bartlett than
Yes.
Biden?
Oh, yeah.
The first,
Yes,
very
that is true.
first scene of The West Wing
Really?
is POTUS has been in a bike. Rob Lowe is sleeping with a hooker.
Okay, right.
This is this is the start of The West Wing.
Right.
So Rob Lowe picks up a hooker in a bar, and they go back to a hotel, and they have the same pager. Okay.
Okay.
So she grabs the pager. And there you go. And she says, Rob Lowe's taking a shower, and she says, "Hey, POTUS in a bike accident. You have to go into work." And she goes, "Tell your friend POTUS to learn how to ride a bike, and that he has a funny name." And Rob Lowe turns around and says, "He's not my friend. He's my boss. And POTUS isn't his name. It's his title."
Yep.
She goes, "What?" He goes, "President of the United States." Boom, roll the
Boom,
open.
gone.
That's the start of The West Wing
That's
right
great.
there.
And
Now, to
then
be
it's
fair-
a huge religious experience. The
It
rest
is.
For
of
me and
the
Morales,
way.
it was. You do not disparage Aaron
It's a-
Sorkin or The West Wing
It's a
on this
very
show.
good show. It's just that it didn't change my life.
But to be
it
fair,
did. You just don't know it.
Bartlett ran into a tree. Biden just couldn't get on the bike.
No,
If
Biden
it-
just went.
By the way, for the political people out there, that is Steve Mason starting that joke, not me. So don't come at me.
Yeah.
No, what,
By the way, I think we can make fun of everybody now.
right.
It
and by the way,
it all
True.
sucks. It all sucks.
nobody likes any of the
No,
candidates. It doesn't matter.
I miss the days where back in 20 years ago, we ran George W. Bush drops. We had John Kerry
We used
drops.
to run Trump drops, and
Right.
they were
Yeah.
funny, and
Yeah.
now they
Funny.
just repulse people, so we don't do them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't do them anymore.
Let's do some political drops.
No.
Well,
politics-
what we will do is what you did for us. That was so funny. Mason and I came up with the idea during the last election that we would do
think
an
two
attack,
elections ago, actually.
attack ad about the other one. And unbeknownst to each one of us, we both called Morales to execute
Yes,
the
it's
ad.
true. It's
I
true.
go, "Hey, I want to get Mason," and he goes, "Okay." And you didn't even tell us. You were. And then
Oh, yeah, that's right.
When,
Right.
when they aired, matter of fact, you should find those, Brian.
They're somewhere.
in there somewhere.
If they're not in
There's
there,
some funny
Carlo
stuff.
has them. Carlo has them.
The attack ads that Mason and I came up with about each other, they were a little brilliant.
Yeah. Now we should do. We could do Mandy's.
You say this every year, and I say do whatever you want, and then you don't do anything.
Well, wait, but
What the hell are you jumping down my throat for? I'm
Wait.
just I'm spitballing.
Wait,
I'm throwing out an idea.
I like what you're suggesting.
Yeah.
If we're right, like you want to be host of the year,
Correct, I do.
So you should run an attack ad about who do you feel your biggest competition?
Well, last
is?
year Slee won.
So run an attack ad about Slee.
Oh, right.
Just hit the dial tone.
Do you think
Wow.
terrible?
And
That's terrible.
And then have the Chinatown theme behind it.
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah.
It would.
Yeah. And Mandy voting is open, right?
It's
and
open.
People are voting every day and often.
Vote early, vote often, vote as much as you want. ESPNLA.com. Click the Mandy's 3 voting logo, presented by our friend Joseph S. Norman, who was here today for our sales
Hey,
meeting.
Chris, do you ever consider doing like what the NBA does and putting out vote totals
This is
as
what I
they
said.
go?
Why not? This is a great bit.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
It's
Because
about
then
the
if your
bits.
guy is behind, it would encourage you to drum up the vote.
Because I want it, and this is more of a culture thing internally.
Right.
I want everybody to feel they have a chance.
Come on,
Not
we all
everybody
know.
has a chance.
Yeah,
But
Let's just tell the truth around
Well, wait
here.
a minute.
Not everybody's got a
Wait,
chance.
Well, if we would have handicapped host of the year last year, we would have picked Sleevo last, and
Yeah.
he won.
Yeah, no, it's true. But it would have been interesting to see him on the leaderboard.
just here's the thing, and this includes you, because you can vote.
All right,
John,
Yeah.
I heard, voted last year, or last week.
Last
You
week I
voted,
voted.
yeah.
On
Even
the
though
air.
you
I
voted for
I
Clap.
voted for you.
No, you said Clapper.
No, I voted for you for most hated.
Oh, okay, that's
I
fine.
voted for Bergman for most hated.
Yeah.
I don't want you to win that award.
That's
Why-
fine.
why-
Yeah, that's what you love. You want most hated more than
Yeah.
anything.
I don't
Wait a
want it
minute.
more than anything, but it would be
Mace,
enjoyable.
you're like me. What you like is content. Who would give a better most hated speech, Morales or Bergman? Come on. Morales will get up there and just
Let me
Chris.
just tell you.
yeah. Morales will get up there and just light the room up.
There
Yeah.
comes a point in the Mandy's where I just say, "Oh God, more Morales."
No, never.
Here's the thing.
He makes it.
That's the thing.
I came
That's
up
what-
with the
that-
promotion, so we did. That's what it is.
That's what happens to me, by the way, at 1:15 on Tuesdays.
And by the way, you know, the hosting, that was never my intention. It was actually a lot of people that used to be here
Right.
that decided, who should host it is Chris. It wasn't my thing.
Oh, I know you should. You're the only person that can do it.
But year one, I didn't know what we were doing.
Right. No, but you're the only. Now this year it's you solo because there's no
but there's
Key,
going
right?
to be some surprises.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe Key will show up. You never know.
Evan.
We've got some. No, Evan can't make it.
Evan can't
unfortunately.
make it.
What?
No, he's
Really?
got a family
that's
issue.
too
It's right up his alley.
Yeah.
We've got some surprises planned. Hopefully.
Okay. Good.
Maybe Sue Kowinski and I come out of the gate.
Sue Blue.
Wait, who's going to be Sedano's date then? He's been Sedano's date
I don't know.
2 years in a row.
And no.
He might have to bring his actual date this
My
year.
understanding is that spouses will be rare at this thing. Like,
Has Juan ever been?
no, we went out to drinks with Cappy and Rachel
But I've confirmed Rachel's
a
coming.
number of weeks back.
So the thing you're trying
and
to say.
Rachel told Juan, "Do not go. I'm never going again."
But Chris just said she is going.
I get
She'll be there.
completely ignored, and I'm
She'll be
on
there.
my own because they keep pulling Scott out of everything.
That's true.
No, I don't think she's. I think she's not going. She was pretty resolute about it.
Nah, she's going.
She was very resolute. No, she was very resolute.
Well, Christian
Good
will
use of
go.
the word
Laura's
resolute.
boyfriend will go.
Yeah, I think so.
He's
Yeah,
been there
well,
the last 2 years. He doesn't want to go this year?
No, well, you guys are saying
Brian,
spouses are not
are you bringing
going.
Allison?
No.
Yeah, Allison will
Spouses
be there.
are not
Yeah.
going.
They
so
said spouses are sparse. We didn't say
spouses
they're not
are
allowed.
sparse. Yeah, no, they're totally allowed.
wait. Well, I know Briones will bring Brenda.
Yes.
And then who else is bringing? Okay.
Travis brought Susan in the
Yeah,
past,
Susan's
I think.
been both
Slee
years.
brings
Slee
Lady
brought
Slee.
Lady Slee.
I don't want to be the only one having it.
No,
you won't.
No, there are
won't.
other people
Okay.
with spouses there. You're okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure. But
Yeah.
Rachel will go. She
No
just
one.
knows how to play into the bit.
I don't know.
She likes to scare Cappy.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
she
text her and
does.
find out the truth.
No, she's coming.
I'm going to text her.
I'll text Juan and ask him if he's coming.
He
could be in the green-
unsubscribed
he could
from
be in
your
the green
text
room with
He
me.
unsubscribed from your text messages.
I think you should do a Mandy's promo, you and Juan in the jacuzzi.
I would
From
love it.
the jacuzzi.
Wow.
Yeah, he never
that's
said
the
that I
way to
wasn't allowed in there
tackle
with
it.
him.
Yeah, I speak for him and say you're not allowed in there with him. All right, let's see. Where do we want to start today? Where do we want to start? How about this? I saw a speech, an appearance by a coach that made me think, wow, that is the way you coach.
Was it?
Is he
JJ?
available? Can the Lakers hire him?
I don't believe he is, but he's really good. I'll play it for you next.
Okay.
Mason and Ireland, live imaging Tuesday, 7:10 ESPN.
You know, if you come to the Mandy's, chances are we'll have BB Go running around there someplace. If
Yeah.
not, just find me. I always have BB Go with me. It's the official game day snack of the Lakers. Mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Keep your freezer stocked with BB Go for a delicious meal. It's Korea's #1 food brand. They're making the whole world more delicious. They like to say minimum effort, maximum flavor. I get mine at Ralph's, but BB Go is available at all major grocery stores in the freezer aisle. BB Go Mandu are the largest, juiciest dumplings in the market. Every day is the day to live delicious with BB Go, the official game day snack of the Lakers.
Move for Laura.
raging red, my heart's on fire.
27 minutes in front of 2 o'clock.
Do we got Yacht Rock?
I don't know what this is.
I don't
What
know.
genre is this? Live Imaging Tuesday presented by Kia of downtown LA on Mason and Ireland. Is it supposed to be Yacht Rock?
Yeah, I
Wait a
believe
minute.
so.
Hold on, turn this up, Brian. Do I know who this is? Have I heard of this singer?
Yeah, I feel like we've played this before on Yacht Rock. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know, Chris. I can't
I got a short memory. I did a lot of damage to my
All right,
brain.
who is it?
Randy Meisner?
Oh, you know who Randy Meisner is?
No.
The original member of the Eagles.
Oh, I had no idea.
Oh.
I did not know.
Yeah, he was a founding member of the Eagles. I didn't know this was
It's
him.
fine. We'll get back to pure Yacht Rock or some disco. We did disco last
We
week.
did disco, sure. Do you realize maybe we'll do some Prince today, 40-year anniversary of Purple Rain?
Oh, so we can play Purple Rain.
Wow, 40 years.
40 years. Can you
know,
believe that?
The movie itself has a lot of stuff that wouldn't fly in 2024.
Well, it just doesn't hold up. It's a guy wearing pajamas riding a purple motorcycle.
But the music totally holds up.
1,000%.
The music's great. Like at one point, Morris Day and Jerome throw a girl in a dumpster.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't do that.
No,
in
you couldn't do that.
2024. And then Jerome, after he throws her in there, does this with his
Yeah,
hands,
you probably
like-
can't get away with
Yeah.
that anymore.
And
Shouldn't.
do you remember what Morris Day said to Prince after Clarence Williams from the Mod Squad? Remember, played his father and killed himself.
Right.
In the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Morris Day walks into his dressing room and goes, "How's the father?" And starts laughing. I mean, you probably couldn't get away with that in
No,
2024.
it's a little insensitive.
I wonder if producer D from the afternoon show knows who Morris Day and the Time is. He's got a big blind spot, which is pretty much anything
really?
pre-1999.
But Prince.
He knows Prince, but he might not know Morris Day and the Time.
That's going to be a hard biopic to do. They'll do it one day.
I don't know if they
To
will.
Get the guy that can play Prince,
I
that'd
think
be hard.
the only guy I can think of that I think would play Prince is Bruno Mars.
So that's what popped into my head.
Bruno
too.
Mars, I
and he
think.
could do it. They're the same height, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I remember the very first night I put Purple Rain, not Purple Rain. The first single was When Doves Cry. We used to they'd ship you a single, and then you'd get out of the box and you'd put it on the air right away. Purple Rain.
Did you card it up or did you?
No, it was straight disc.
You'd play it
so
off
it was
the
a
needle.
CD.
It was
wasn't.
Yeah, it was. And I'm telling you, this was like the most original song I'd ever heard because of that thing he does at the beginning.
Well, you remember the song Kiss?
Oh,
By
God,
the
yeah.
end of that song, he's literally screaming,
Yeah.
and it totally works. I mean, he's
You could release this song today and it would chart for sure.
Yeah, you wouldn't even need to pay people payola.
Oh, you probably still need to do
yeah.
that.
Back
You
then,
still-
didn't everybody?
You
Yes.
still
Yeah.
got to pay somebody at iHeart to
Your
get your
dad's
record
probably
to play.
got a few good payola stories.
Let's not talk
Chris.
about that. Come on now.
The Paola was great back in the day. It was so good. It was so much fun. When I was a program director, they used to send me stuff. It's awesome.
By the way, Sam Rubin was my father's intern. And he
Is that
in the
right?
70s,
No
late 70s at
kidding.
KHJ.
Gosh, really?
Darn it.
Sam was incredible. And by the way, I meant to do it on social media. It just was a Friday. And usually I check out in the afternoon.
Yes, we've noticed.
What does that mean? You still get an open?
Not always.
Like the Evergreen Open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you talking about Sam and both of your very authentic response at the moment was incredible. That was great.
Well,
What a nice man.
And
What-
what an impact he had. Like if you watch my buddy Frank Buckley, who I worked with at KCAL,
Such a good guy, too.
is Frank came from CNN. I was so happy when he got that job at Channel 5 because it showed his whole personality.
Right.
When he was on CNN, he was like just this straight news guy. And he actually, when he broke the news on Friday, teared up on the air, which I thought was great.
Well, they did kind of wall-to-wall coverage all day long, tribute to Sam. And so many people came out and said the thing about Sam was he really had empathy for everybody that he interviewed. You're a big star, treated everybody the same, was very, very empathetic, didn't put anybody in a bad situation. And this is kind of a key, wanted everybody else to look good. When
I fell in love with the KTLA Morning News was in the early years when it was Carlos Amezcua and Barbara Beck and Krisky and Sam. And Sam was telling a story on the air that he was trying desperately to get on a flight, trying to get back to work, and he was arguing with the people that run the airline to let him on the plane because he had to get back and he had to be at work. And they weren't listening. And Sam said, "I don't think you understand the prominence of my position." And Barbara heard that, and she started laughing in his face and goes, "You did not say that out loud." He goes, "I did. I was trying everything." She goes, "You don't understand the prominence of my position." And they made fun of him And he rolled with it for
Yeah,
like
right.
2 hours. It was so.
Oh, that's
and he went,
great.
okay, I can be friends with these guys. They get it.
And
Yeah.
Sam did radio for a number of years
Yeah,
on
and,
97.1. He used to come on. So Howard, because they were replaying the show
Right,
on the
right.
West Coast, sometimes it would end at 10, sometimes at 11, sometimes
And Sam would
10:45.
come on right after.
And Sam would fill the gap no matter how long or how short.
Oh, I remember
until
this.
noon.
Yeah, yeah.
When Heidi, Frosty, and Frank would come on back then.
Frosty, and Frank.
And Sam was great. And sometimes Jillian Barbery would do it with him.
Yes.
And he was always entertaining. That little window.
Always.
Yeah.
I
Hail
did a-
fellow well met.
Hell
to
fellow
Sam
women
Rubin,
for sure. I did a show over there one time, and Tyrese was a guest. You know
Yeah.
Tyrese Gibson, and it was a summer movie preview thing. And one of the big movies was Fast and the Furious,
which he was in.
which he was in.
Yeah.
So they brought out this unbelievable car, this like spectacular, like the kind
Right.
of car you see. So Sam and I are doing. I was doing a segment with Sam about summer movies, and Tyrese got a silver marker, and he signed his name across the hood of this car. And we could not believe it. The guy whose car it was ran up and said, "What are you doing?" And Therese said, "I thought I was supposed to autograph the car for you."
Oh, no.
So he signed his name across the front of
And
it.
the guy probably had to spend another $5,000
to get that
it off.
removed. Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so who's this coach? You got me.
Oh,
you got me thinking.
Do you have that there, Brian? So Denver down 0-2.
Yeah.
And Michael Malone, don't call him Mike, it's Michael Malone,
Right.
described how he got his team to sort of turn things around. Listen to this.
You're always testing and finding out about human nature and what guys are made of, and when your backs are against the wall. And I had an edit made, and I wasn't sure if I was going to show it to the guys, and I showed it to DeAndre Jordan, and he said, "Oh, hell yeah, we got to show it to the guys." And it was a 2-minute edit of every talking head in this country saying that the series is over, the Nuggets are done, it's a wrap, they're toast, Minnesota's a better team. All the big personalities, and you know who they are. And not that they were wrong. This is not a shot at those people, because after the first 2 games, probably would have said the same thing. But I didn't want to show it because most of the time I don't give a damn what they say. But I knew that this would maybe strike a chord, deep inside you, to say, hey, man, like, everybody and their brother is saying you're out, you're done. You guys can't play with this team. They're better than you. If that doesn't resonate within you as a competitor, I don't know what will. And so, yes, our guys answered the bell, and they showed me that they still believe. That was my biggest question. Do you believe? Getting on that plane on Thursday morning at 10 o'clock, are you going to believe that we can go up there and win 2 games? And we're halfway there. Got a long way to go.
Now, of course, they did win the second game. I think that is how an NBA head coach is supposed to sound.
And I want to point out again, Mike Malone gets hired in Denver. First of all, he was the coach of the Sacramento Kings.
Right.
And he had a couple of losing seasons, and they blew him out. And he goes to Denver, and he's the son of Brendan Malone, who was an NBA head coach. And he actually, you know who loves Michael Malone is LeBron.
Does he?
He was an assistant in Cleveland when LeBron was a rookie. And so Michael Malone goes to Denver and has 2 losing seasons right out of the gate. And he had all these guys. They were young.
Yeah, he went
But
33 and 49, then 40 and 42.
Right. And if he was the Lakers head coach under those circumstances, or the Dodgers head coach, in any job where you win or you get fired, he's out. But Denver stuck with him.
Yeah, and that's, by the way, not one of those jobs. It's, being the head coach of the Denver Nuggets is not being the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. You've got to win.
It's more like Denver Broncos. You probably get fired if you have 2 losing seasons, but not the Nuggets. And so they didn't give up on him. And Jamal Murray had a devastating injury where he ran into the stanchion, was out for a year and a half, and he thought they were going to trade him. And they not only didn't give up, they paid him. Then they paid Michael Porter, who had 2 back surgeries, and everybody said, what are you doing? Why are you giving all the $100 million to a guy who can't play?
Right.
They just invested in their people, and they said, we're going to trust our instincts, and now they're the defending champs, and they might win it again this year.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, there is something to be said for not, like you said the other day, you would fire Dave Roberts even if they won 120 games.
If they if they don't win the World Series.
But if they won 120 games, breaking the all-time record, and then lost in the playoffs, you would blow them out.
See ya.
Yeah, I think they...
And by the way, I think that's not just me. I think that's the
I agree
reality.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. But there is value in, if you think you've got the right guy, in giving him some time.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best example of this is UCLA is going to have a losing season in football this year.
Right.
They have a brutal schedule. They're going to the Big Ten.
Yep.
Deshaun Foster, who is a great guy, has his first head coaching job. They better not blow him out if they go 2-10, because they could.
Oh, well, that's it. See, to me, that would be silly to blow them out after going 2. They're already. I don't care who coached them right now. They would go 2-10.
I agree with you. But,
so what's the coach matter?
Because what happens is all the Fat Cat alumni say, well, I'm not going to give you a check. I'm not going to give you any money. And then the athletic director says, well, I can't get the alumni to give me any money. He's out. Let's try somebody else. You got to give these guys time. And Denver gave Michael Malone time, and look at him now.
Yeah.
One of the best coaches in the league.
Without question, Deshaun Foster is going to need time. I'm looking at their schedule. My goodness.
Yeah. Are there more than 2 wins in there?
Let's see. At Hawaii, winnable game.
Right. I'd feel better if it was here.
Home Indiana, winnable game.
Indiana's not terrible, although they just fired their coach.
At LSU, loss. Home Oregon, loss. At Penn State, loss. Maybe home to Minnesota is a winnable game.
Hey, PJ Fleck, row the boat.
At Rutgers,
Greg Schiano,
maybe
veteran
a winnable
coach.
game. At Nebraska, these are not
Mad rule: if we die, we die.
home Iowa, they play a lot of defense there.
Low scoring game.
At Washington, that's a loss. Home USC, that's a loss. They win the last game of the year against Fresno State. I say they win
3 games?
5 games.
5.
Yeah, 5 games.
So that'd be a successful
Yeah,
season.
see, that would be good. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions. Laura has got the wheel.
Yes.
And by the way, Bergman's out to. Oh, I get a big announcement about Friday. Big announcement about
This
Friday
Friday?
show. Yeah, this
It's
Friday
huge.
show.
Okay.
Big,
Good.
huge,
Good.
huge. We'll do it. Hey, in the meantime, call Jacob. If you get into an accident, now get this, with a commercial van or truck or an 18-wheeler, do not try to deal with the insurance company on your own. Trust me. Last thing you want to do the next day is accept the first offer they call you with. Those commercial drivers all have special licenses to operate those vehicles, and they also have to log their daily activity with their employer. So if you're injured in an accident caused by an 18-wheeler or commercial vehicle, you got to call Jacob. He and his team know what to look for, whether the driver had driven too long without a brake or the load he was carrying was imbalanced. So many ways for Jacob's team to hold the commercial vehicle company responsible. And trying to do so yourself, you just don't have a chance. A lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. And don't forget to follow Call Jacob on Instagram. Go to @call.jacob. And when you call Jacob, make sure you say Mason and Shadano sent you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
8 minutes in front of 2 o'clock on a live imaging Tuesday presented by Kia of downtown LA. Mason in Ireland is on. Today is the anniversary, 40th, you said?
40th anniversary
of the movie and the soundtrack Purple Rain.
Was both the number one movie and the number one album at the same time.
Look
right?
at that.
Pretty sure.
We were just okay.
What?
We were just talking off the air about Lake Havasu.
Lake Havasu City. I used to, back in another life, I spent a lot of time out there.
And maybe, that's a good place to go and hang out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I texted
Do you want me to give the 3 Bs?
I texted it to Juan. Here's what he said. I said, what about Lake Havasu? Ireland says it's great. He texted back, WTF, am I 20?
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
it is lake life.
Does it skew really young?
Not that young, but what it is too hot.
It's hot.
I don't know if you guys could handle the heat.
Yeah.
Well, I did it. But I had a house there in my early 30s.
You had a house there?
I did.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Weekend house.
Wow.
Long story.
A lot of. Did you have a boat?
I had the woman I was seeing at the time. We had her father's boat.
Was it like a?
That's the
like
best kind of boat to
a
have.
yacht? How big a boat was it?
There was a name that they called those boats, but it was a boat. It was
Yeah.
a nice boat. You could fit like 12 people on it.
Oh, okay. So a pretty big boat.
Yeah, but you know what the thing about having a boat is? And I only helped in the process.
Right.
It's a real pain. You got to get it out there, and then when you're all feeling good, then you got to get it back in.
Right.
Then you got to clean it.
Yeah.
The best thing to do is to rent a boat, not to own a boat.
My great friend, the late great Tom Snyder, had a boat. Lived on a boat in Sausalito when he wasn't in L.A. doing the late
Really?
show. Yeah.
Didn't Johnny Carson live on a boat? Had a boat too that he lived on too sometimes.
I don't know if he lived on the boat. He lived out in Malibu.
Right.
But I don't know if he lived. Did Carson live on a boat?
I think
I think he lived in the colony out in Malibu. I know he either bought a house from or John McEnroe bought a house from him because I know Carson negotiated tennis lessons into the house.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
You know what we're supposed to do right now?
It is time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, spin that wheel, Jack. You don't want to talk more about boats?
I was done with boat
We
talk.
can come back to
We'll
boat
circle
talk.
back to boats.
You could be
Stay
the
tuned.
captain.
Yeah.
Captain Stabbin.
Laura,
All
what do
right.
you got?
All right. I'm actually glad this one came up. So over the weekend, I tweeted about how rude the management/ownership was at the restaurant that I was in for Mother's Day.
Did you mention the restaurant?
I did when people asked. I didn't initially.
Okay, got it.
Okay. So he was being rude, yelling in front of customers to his staff. At a point, he was cursing and throwing things. I was extremely upset, but my dad told me, hey, calm down, because if you say something, he's going to come at his employees once you leave. He'll calm down maybe around you, but once you leave.
Your dad is right, by the way.
You know? But I was upset because, one, half the people that were working there were Latino, and the other half were really young, like 18, maybe even 17. So I felt like they didn't feel like they could stand up for themselves, unfortunately. But anyways, my question to you guys is, if you see something like this, do you guys just kind of keep quiet and keep trucking, or do you guys actually say something?
I'm very non-confrontational, so I tend to just let things. I don't think I've ever tweeted about a bad experience at a restaurant.
You
or
did
a
about
place.
an airline.
An
I
airline,
remember.
yeah, I did. When I was stuck in Detroit, on the floor of the Detroit airport, I did tweet about United Airlines, and they immediately DM'd me.
Yeah, they
and
do
then
that.
fixed everything.
But the thing is, the staff itself was great.
Okay.
You know, they were great. They were hustling.
I
mean,
wouldn't
it's Mother's Day,
have
you know?
said anything, but I wouldn't have gone back there.
Yeah, I won't go back.
Yeah, I think that's the right thing. I don't know what those confrontations never pay off.
I mean, I wasn't trying to be like, dude, what the bleep? But, you know, just on the side, be like, hey, man, like, they're hustling. They're really working their butts off. Like, maybe not yell at them in front of people.
Right.
Maybe take them to the back. I wasn't going to be like, I wasn't going to bust a him, if that makes sense.
Okay,
You know?
okay.
But I just
Brian, what
wanted
would
to know
you
your
do?
thoughts.
Very in the middle of you both. I hate the confrontation, but I wouldn't go back there. It would have to catch me in the right mood, kind of, per se. You know, if I was in the right thing where it's like, that really got under my skin, then possibly, but 90% of the time I'm just going to avoid the confrontation.
That's very interesting, yeah. By the way, there was a survey. I had this on my list of stuff today. But there's a national survey, and 60% of people in wait staff at restaurants say that they've had a confrontation with a customer in the last year. Now, I don't think it used to be that way. I don't think there used to be confrontations. I just think people since the pandemic are generally pissed off.
I agree with you in two things. the pandemic made everybody more on edge, and the political climate is so polarized right now that everybody just yells at people.
Yeah, everybody's just angry all the time.
Yeah.
But
Laura.
No.
Laura.
I mean, I do get. My thing is, I don't get angry for me. I get angry for somebody else. You know what I mean? Because I hate being in situations where I worked at restaurants and I was 17, and sometimes I didn't feel like I could stand up for myself to a manager, to ownership, or whatever. And I know how that feels, you know,
right.
Or seeing my parents not communicate well because of a language barrier. And I'm like, I felt like I had to be the advocate. So maybe,
sure,
yes.
That's a difference when you have to be an advocate.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I felt in that moment. But my dad's like, look, I know you. He's like, and I know you can do it in a good way.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they're going to get it harder once you leave.
All right, public service announcements for restaurants. If you see Laura coming... If you see her coming, look out.
We're closed. I'm sorry, man.
So we're going to do sports graffiti. Have you heard this bit, Morales?
I've heard the bit. I have not been part of the bit.
Okay. So we are trying it a slightly different way today because we're trying to fine-tune this thing, Laura. So what we're going to do is open the phones. You're going to pick them up and put their name on the screen. Don't screen it. Don't ask what they're going to say.
All you're going to do, Laura, is answer on sports graffiti. Who's this? This is John. All right, John, be ready. Put him on hold.
Cool, sounds good.
And then you get 10 to 15 seconds to say anything you want. It can be about the Lakers. It can be about LeBron. It can be about the coaching search, the Dodgers, people on the show, the Mandys, all that kind of stuff. All fair game. 877-710-ESPN. You get 15 seconds to say anything you want on the radio. That's coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap for
Bang! 2 o'clock in the Southland. A live imaging Tuesday, presented by Kia of downtown LA. Go see my buddy Gary over there, the GM.
Hey, Gary.
Say, hey, homeboy Gary, give me my Kia, sucker.
Sucker.
Mason and Ireland, a Tuesday afternoon. So sports graffiti has replaced 2 o'clock call of the day?
Yes, it has.
Okay.
So instead of taking one call, we take like 20.
How does Corporate Greg feel about that? We haven't had a chance to talk about it.
Corporate Greg is, we overruled him on this one.
Okay.
He's actually okay with it.
He seems okay with it, yeah. He seems okay with it.
Yesterday, he actually said we could have a guest. He's starting to soften.
Yep. He really is coming around.
So we'll see.
We've coached him up. All right, so here's the deal. We got your name on the screen. You get 15 seconds to say anything that you want. And here's the way you know your name. I will say your name.
Then speak.
Then speak. Okay, so the name should help. Yesterday we struggled a little bit. Let's see what we're doing here. Let's go to Steven. You're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
All right, so check this out. I know AD and Embiid would be kind of an even switch out, but I think Embiid can guard Jokic a little bit better. So we trade AD to Philly for a straight-up trade. and then we go pick up a point guard like Trae Young or somebody to run it back with LeBron. What you guys think?
Okay, all right.
I don't know if Embiid, you can trust Embiid to stay healthy.
Right.
And he's never been out of the second round.
Plus, I don't think Philly's motivated to trade Joel Embiid, are they?
Well, and I don't think the Lakers are motivated to trade Anthony Davis. I think it's a non-starter.
All right, here is Frankie D. Fresh. You're on Sports Graffiti. Go. Frankie. Okay,
Wow.
that did not work. Let's go to Eli. Hey, Eli, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Wow, so our fine-tuning did not work.
I told them name and stay on hold and
Brian,
be
they're all
ready.
potted up, right? We'll try one more.
Walrus, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Love the concept. Love the James Brown song. Guys, I don't care who the next coach is of the Lakers. Move the damn ball. It's like Vince Lombardi back in that Super Bowl one. What the hell is going on out here?
There you go.
All right, excellent. Let's go to Big Rob. Big Rob, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Present. First of all, if you can get Embiid for AD, you do it all day. And Philly wouldn't do it in the first place because that would be stupid. Now, I'm calling about these Lakers. I've been calling in for the last 5 to 6 years and told you guys every coach we hired was the wrong move.
So who should they hire now, Big Rob?
The coach I've been saying for the last 5 or 6 years is Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Mark,
read a little.
Yeah, do your homework, Big Rob, before you call the show. Mark Jackson will never be a head coach in the NBA again.
Nope.
Do your homework.
Won't happen. Elvis, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Good afternoon. The Lakers need to prioritize youth. The whole league is not just getting better, they're getting younger. And what Jerry West would always do when he was building teams.
We lost.
We lost. Oh, there you go. All right. Actually, it's not going too bad. Let's not. No.
Oh.
Tony, you are on Sports Graffiti. Go, Tony.
Hey, what's up, guys? You guys need to put some respect on the Galaxy name here in the 710 ESPN.
Well, we're the official home of LAFC.
We're the home of LAFC. Thank you. We wish the Galaxy well.
No, we don't. We're the home of LAFC.
Yeah, I was just being.
Well, we are good friends at
I was
AG
just being
Sports,
superficial.
I wish them the best.
Hey, Jeff, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Jeff.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hey, okay, first, I got to say, one of the funniest things from your show is this isn't the first time it's happened, but the low groan you guys give every time somebody brings up Mark Jackson is always going to be funny to me.
Right. Well, I mean, Jeff, how many times have we explained? How many times have we explained to people just read up, just Google why did Mark Jackson get fired by Golden State? And you'll know the answer.
Yeah, the groan. It is the groan.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here's Lisa. You're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Lisa.
Hi. I love the show. I love the excitement and your coverage of Caitlyn Clark. And also, they'll encourage you to cover more women athletes.
Hey, Lisa, 4:30
sports.
today. 4:30 on ESPN2. Caitlyn Clark's debut.
I know. And I just urge you to cover her, more women's coverage, more women's voices. I love Momo, producer Emily, producer Laura.
Yeah,
great,
Momo will be in for me on Thursday and Friday.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
Lisa, great. And by the way, we are talking. I mean, tonight.
We've talked more women's basketball since Caitlyn Clark came along than we have
it's
in
amazing.
30 years.
It's amazing. She's a game changer. David, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, David.
John, there are no shortcuts in life. You cannot merge last minute. Nathan, thank you for bringing morality back to the show. We will kiss bumpers all day long, baby.
Awesome.
Don't let them in.
Don't let him in. Just head straight ahead. No, I'm Steve Mason, and I will not yield.
Wait your turn. I'm John Ireland. I'm going to cut in late.
No one gets in.
All right, let's try. That subject never goes away.
I know.
Bella, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Bella.
Hey, good afternoon. Just want to say how proud I am about Laura, being the Latina that she is and being on the show as a woman, in the Latina community. She represents, especially with sports, because us Latinas, we know a lot about, baseball and soccer and whatnot. So proud of her. And also, what do you think about Jason Kidd being the new Laker coach?
Okay.
Jason Kidd just signed a new 4-year extension in Dallas because they knew Bella in
that
Dallas,
the Lakers would come calling.
That the Lakers love Jason Kidd from when he was an assistant here, and that they were going to come after him, so Dallas locked him up. Not happening.
All right. Let's go to Roger. Roger, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go.
Hey, guys, I think Greg needs to put some skin in the game, so if the Chargers have a better record than the Raiders, he needs to shave his head as well.
I agree with you.
I agree, 100%.
He won't do it. Brian puts his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
Greg does not.
Well, Greg didn't put any money out there.
Right.
It just Brian
Well,
just
either did
randomly.
Brian. Put some
No,
hair out
Brian
there.
just randomly volunteered it.
I know, but Greg, if Greg feels as strongly as he does about the Raiders, like Brian does about the Chargers, Greg should do something equal.
I'm all for it.
I'm a Raider fan, and I've already said the Raiders are going to suck because
Yeah.
they don't have a quarterback.
Right. You're a Raider fan again? I cannot keep track.
Yeah.
I cannot keep track. Let's get one more.
One
in.
quarterback away, Mace.
Jonathan, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go, Jonathan.
Hey, how's it going? Just wanted to say I think Lakers need to go all out for Donovan Mitchell, and hopefully we see the Nuggets again. We get a repeat of the bubble and have someone to go at Jamal Murray just like he comes at us every year.
All right, good. Yeah, and by the way, there's a lot of Donovan Mitchell speculation out there today. Reports are that the Lakers, and thanks very much for calling, the Lakers are interested in Donovan Mitchell if he, in fact, does ask for a trade out of Cleveland.
But
the Lakers,
that has to happen first.
Correct, but the
Yeah.
Lakers will be at the front of the line. Probably the Lakers and the Knicks will be at the front of the line
One
for
of the
Donovan
most
Mitchell.
underrated players in the league.
Yeah.
Great player.
He would be a game changer, I think, for the Lakers.
By the way, shout out to the callers Lisa and Bella that said something that is actually coming up in a lot of our meetings with partners these days, and what is giving this is the most successful this radio station's ever been financially in the history of it. The fact that our radio station, and we're unlike any other sports radio station, or as we like to say, personality radio station that talks sports.
Yes.
Is that every show has a female and a minority as part of it.
Yeah.
And you don't see that in
I
sports
didn't even
radio.
think about that.
Yeah.
And
Every
that's what
show.
you want. You want to have that happen organically. And I never thought about it until you mentioned it.
And it is noticed by many of our partners, by many other radio stations in the country, and by our fans. The engagement we're seeing is unlike anything across the board. Now, you guys have been the number one sports show in L.A. for a long time, but seeing the other shows grow and the base and the fan base grow and the engagement we see at award shows and just our partners that say, we advertise on 710 and it works because
Right.
marketing works on this station, is because we're a melting pot of a lot of different voices,
That
a
is
lot of
true.
different personalities.
My mom and that stepdad Leo were in town this weekend, and their favorite person on our show, John, is
Brian.
Laura.
Oh, is it?
It's Laura. They're like
You
there
voted
should-
against
there's
yourself.
like-
Yeah.
There should be more Laura, is what they said this
I'm
weekend.
surprised, 'cause
Yeah, no, they
I-
are big fans.
So thank you guys. I love them. They're great. I actually did a thing. I told Mason that I did a thing over the weekend, and I regretted doing the thing.
What'd you do?
I saw the Reddit page.
Oh
no.
Yeah, you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
did.
like me. They
Laura.
don't like you.
They hate
I
me.
never go there.
Yeah.
I never go there, ever.
It's
but
fun. They love you, though, Mace.
that's so weird. I've never been there, and apparently they love me.
Now, here's the thing I want to say, because you said about them a few weeks back that they're not fans of the radio station. I would disagree with that.
Did I say Reddit is not a fan of the
Well, they're
radio
not
station?
real fans. Or
They're,
you said
they're
something.
just highly critical, is what they are.
I appreciate, and I say this often, anybody that engages enough with our
Yep.
station to listen nonstop, to comment nonstop, and to feel enough of an emotion to hate us. And that doesn't include you.
Yeah.
But they hate the
Apparently
rest
not.
of us. Sometimes there are a few people in the past that have written really vile things, but
Yeah.
for the most part, I think they're all good people that just have their opinion, but they still listen. So that we thank you of.
How often do you go to the Reddit page?
So
Morales?
I don't actually go.
You
I've
don't?
said this several times.
Okay.
There are a few COT members. One of them you see every day.
Oh, they love to screenshot stuff.
And love to screenshot
Yeah.
and send it. Yeah.
That's why I went, because they sent me a screenshot of something, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, you don't want to go there.
Yeah, first and last. First and last.
yeah.
I'm good. I'm good.
So I've got a special surprise.
Okay.
Friday, we have no adult supervision. John's not here.
Okay.
Bergman's not here. It's just me, Laura, and Brian.
So what are you going to do?
And Momo.
What are you going to do?
Joining us as a co-host on Friday, O'Shea Jackson Jr.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so O'Shea's
Yeah,
going to come
somebody
in on
was
Friday.
tweeting last night that they'd like to see more O'Shea around
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So we're going to go O'Shea in here on
Did
Friday.
I tell you
It'll be
this?
fun.
I may have. I can't remember if I told you this or not. When I was in Denver, which was the last Lakers road trip of the year.
Yep.
I came across Straight Outta Compton, and I hadn't seen it in 5 or 6 years. Man, it's great.
Yeah, it
and
is so good.
O'Shea is great in it. All those guys are.
Yeah.
All those guys, the guy who played Eazy-E's great. The guy who played Dre's great. Shay plays his dad. Paul Giamatti has a great part in that.
Yeah.
That's really good. I forgot that they had a young Tupac in there.
That's right.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, it is amazing. So
By the
O'Shea
way,
will be here
if you
Friday.
are offended by foul language, do not watch any of it because it's
Correct.
got a bunch.
That is right.
Yeah.
No pork on the fork, man.
Coming up next for you, Caitlyn Clark makes her WNBA debut tonight. It's not an NBA debut yet. And if I was a company, I would want her to be my endorser. We'll talk about that coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, time to talk about our friends at Mirror Audio Video in Westwood. Are you tired of weak Wi-Fi signals in certain areas of your house? Do you experience interruptions while streaming movies or browsing? Look no further than Mirror. With 40 years of experience, Mirror specializes in installing and selling smart home systems with professional Wi-Fi solutions. They are the experts at delivering and installing systems like the Access Network that provide strong and equal Wi-Fi reception throughout your entire house and yard. And the best part, if you ever need anything, you make one call and you get an actual person to help you immediately. Say goodbye to internet dead zones and enjoy seamless connectivity for all your devices at once. To help you find the best Wi-Fi solution for your house, call Mirror today, 310-234-4010. 310-234-4010. Tell them Mason and Ireland sent you. They'll hook you up for sure. That's 310-243-4010. Or actually, it's 234-4010. That was a typo. 234-4010. Or check them out at mirroraudiovideo.com.
You never have to miss a moment
Clock of Live Imaging Tuesday on Mason and Ireland. Little disco action for you.
Yeah. Spin the disco ball.
I can spin it. Cool in the game. What?
What?
Mason, do you
No.
remember the name of the lead singer of Kool and the Gang?
Yeah, it was Charlie Cool.
James Taylor.
Oh,
JT.
it was
Yeah.
JT.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But everybody just called him JT because
Yeah.
there was already a James
There's
Taylor.
James Taylor
You get
spoken
it?
for. I'm going to see JT on Saturday at the Forum.
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, not the other. It's JT.
Now, are you going because you really love Justin Timberlake that much, or are you going so you can post social media and say, guys, how hip am I, Steve Mason?
No.
I'm at the JT concert.
I mean,
and I call him JT because I'm a real fan of his music, man.
I've always been a big JT fan. He's one of those guys that I think you should probably see because he's such a great performer. So,
What's your favorite
yes.
song?
I like Mirrors.
Oh, that's a great song.
It's just an
Now, were you an
mirror.
NSYNC fan too?
Not
I was.
so much.
Well,
Not so
same.
much. When
Yeah.
JT broke away, that's
By the way, Evan
It's
Cohen.
gonna be
Well,
me.
he didn't break away. They all thought they were going to be stars as solo artists. Like JC Sajay thought he was going to be. He was dating Eva Longoria.
Oh,
Remember
really?
that?
Wow, I don't remember.
He's a
that.
better singer.
And but he's never been able to hit on his
No.
own. And
No.
then the other three guys were basically singing backup.
Right.
Lance Bass, Joey Fatone, and Chris Kirkpatrick were singing backup for JT and Shazay.
Yeah.
I love that you know that.
Yeah,
He knows this band inside
I love
out.
it.
Yeah, I see. Evan Cohen wants to do a boy
Yeah.
band quiz with me, but I only know NSYNC. I don't know 98 Degrees or like
Nick
Backstreet
Lachey.
Boys.
Well, you know what
or-
we should do is then maybe you and I battle Evan because I got the rest covered.
Yeah, well,
So do I.
You've got the
you
other
know more
boy
about
bands
music
covered?
than anyone I know.
LFO,
I
Biggie
got
Mac,
multiple
Boyz
people.
II
What did
Men.
you say?
Yep.
Do you have all the other boy bands covered? You're a boy band
98
expert?
Degrees. I'm a Nick Lachey boy.
Okay.
I went and saw Nick Lachey earlier this fall with Lindsay and Stephanie.
Now, did you do that just so you could say I'm
No.
cool and post
No.
social media,
I
or
don't-
did you go
by the
because
way,
you're a big Nick
I don't
Lachey
know if
fan?
seeing 98 Degrees at the Cerritos Performing Arts Center in 2024
Very
makes me...
underrated venue, the Cerritos.
Yeah,
Performing
I don't know if that
Arts
makes
Center.
me cool anymore.
Did you put up any social from that?
Yeah, there were pictures.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
But I'm going back to the old days.
Yeah.
When Nick Lachey came by the Best Damn Sports Show period, when Tony, Andrew, and I were there, and he said he listened to the show. And I was like, yeah, Nick, yeah, I love
I
you.
used to see him at USC games. I'm
Yeah.
a big USC guy.
All right, so this breaking news.
Uh-oh. Real breaking news?
No.
Okay.
Kind of fake. Tom Brady admits
Yep.
he will never do another roast because they went after his wife.
You
and
can only
kids.
do one.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to.
You and I have been roasted.
Yeah, there's
we
never
know.
going to be a re-roast of Tom Brady. You
Yeah,
got
who should get
roasted
the next-
once.
I'm telling you, Kim Kardashian is the one because people will go at her relentlessly and she won't care.
But is it going to be the same thing? She doesn't want her kids.
Maybe
Take
now.
it in.
Yeah, that's one of the things you got, and then you've got all of her past relationship, all that stuff.
Well,
I
that's
don't
what
know.
would be in the
That's where it would be.
wheelhouse.
Yeah, I the best one I saw was I think Stephen A. Smith would be great to roast.
Well, Tiger would be good if
Tiger
he
would
were
be
Tiger would be
amazing.
excellent. Yeah, I mean there are some names.
But we all
out there.
know Stephen A. But does he have that Q factor with everybody?
Yes, you don't think Stephen A. has got a high Q factor? He's
think
on,
it's as high
he's
as-
on podcasts. He's
not
in
as high
ESPN
as
Plus.
Brady
He's on
and Tiger.
Oh well, no, not.
Yeah.
But if you walk
not
into a
comparable to those
supermarket in
guys.
the middle of the country and you say to somebody who's not a sports fan, "Do you know who Stephen A. Smith is?" Do they know?
I think
If
so.
you walk in and ask Tom Brady or Tiger Woods or Kim Kardashian, they know who that is.
True.
All right, you're
I bet
gonna
they do.
think I'm crazy, but you know who would be a good roast person?
Who?
Because he's got a good sense of humor, and if you got the right people, it would be funny. Barack Obama.
Yeah, he won't go for that.
I think he might.
You think so?
I mean, it depends if who they have come after him. They'd have to get like who was the guy on SNL that did a perfect. Jay Farrow did a really good Obama.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, you'd have to have guys like that.
See, I would say the best would be LeBron.
Yeah, he might do it.
LeBron's got there are a million different things you can
Yeah.
tweak LeBron
And he's got
about.
a good sense of humor.
Yeah,
He might do it.
I think he's top of the list. All right, so Caitlyn Clark is going to play tonight. You've probably heard this. The Indiana Fever are on the floor for their very first game with Caitlyn Clark. The game is going to air live starting at 4:30 on ESPN2. And you sent a little clip, John, that I find to be the most amazing thing. So Caitlyn Clark doing a press conference at a podium, and she's drinking Gatorade.
She has an endorsement deal with Gatorade.
Right, and she's drinking Gatorade, and she drinks it takes 4 or 5 swigs of it, making it very sort of
Evident that this is
evident.
her drink.
Then
Yeah.
she sets it down, and on the
All-
table.
By the way, all while she's talking.
And she turns the Gatorade logo forward so it's in camera. I think it is genius. That's exactly what I'm looking for if I'm Gatorade and a partner.
Right. And, Kobe used to be really good with that.
Yeah.
Like if he'd get up there and there was Gatorade on the table, he would lower it and put a bottle of body armor because that was his thing.
Yeah, right.
So there are people that are savvy. Peyton Manning's a really good endorser.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Clark's good. Kobe was great. LeBron's pretty good.
LeBron's
got
good.
a lot of
Yeah,
different.
he's good.
Yeah.
All right, so you came across this nugget from Stephen A. Smith, which is interesting. KD in Phoenix seems to be unhappy.
And we've seen this movie before. Here's Stephen A. Smith.
Kevin Durant in Phoenix is a problem. It is a problem. We don't see it because the stats are there. Him and Booker average 27 points per game and what have you. But they say Kevin Durant is never happy. They say that he went more than a month without even talking to the head coach. They say that he doesn't look happy there. And all he wants to do is play when the game starts and tip-off time arrives. But when it comes to ingratiating yourself with your teammates and getting along with everybody and stuff like that, he just lives in his own world. He's not hated. He's not despised. He's not doing anything negative. He's not being somebody that's two-faced and behind people back doing stuff. No, that's not who Kevin Durant is, but keeping to himself. Why does that matter? It's similar to what he was doing in Golden State before he ultimately departed.
So, in other words, could KD ask out of Phoenix? He asked out of Brooklyn.
Yep.
After he demanded that Steve Nash and Sean Marks get fired.
Yep.
They did eventually fire Nash. Now they fired Frank Vogel. Let me say this about the one thing Stephen A. said in there, that he went a month without talking to the head coach.
Right. That came out yesterday.
Yeah. If you can't get along with Frank Vogel, the problem is you. Vogel is not one of these guys that holds grudges and yells at players, and he's not that dude. And so if Kevin Durant's had 6 coaches in the last 6 years.
Yep.
At what point is he the problem?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you have a problem everywhere you go, chances are the problem is you.
Right. Well, especially once or twice, maybe you're a little unlucky.
Yeah.
3 or 4 times, it's probably you. 6 times, it's definitely you.
So is there any conceivable way that the Lakers could find a way to acquire the very dramatic Kevin Durant?
Brian Windhorst, after Stephen A. said that, Windhorst was on the set, and he said the only way you could logistically pull it off is if you included Anthony Davis in the trade, and I wouldn't do that. No. Davis is younger. He's an elite big man. I don't think the Lakers
coming off a great year.
Yeah, I don't think the Lakers have any interest in trading AD. So here's what else you could do. Give them all 3 number 1 picks.
Okay.
And all your role players.
Austin Reeves,
I don't
Rui Hachimura.
I don't.
It should go well. That'll go over well. It'll be fine.
Well,
it's worked so well with KD, other than in Golden State.
But don't you think,
with an amazing coach and amazing teammates that were younger?
Right, but at Golden State, everything did go right.
That's what I'm saying.
They went to the finals.
You had an amazing head coach.
All 3 years he was there.
You had an amazing head coach. You had younger teammates as the stars, and he wasn't the star.
No, Chris, he was a 2-time Finals MVP.
Right, but that team was already built and winning without him.
True.
This team is not, and you're going to have a first-time head coach trying to manage KD, AD, and LeBron?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen. So I
don't think it's going to happen either.
But
it would be unbelievably
is there
fun.
a way it could? That would look something like
That'd be
that.
the only
I think
scenario,
the drama behind it would be great for engagement. Be great for radio.
Oh, great for content.
And frankly, that's all we care about.
That is true.
We're in the content business.
Go get KD.
A deeper playoff run would be good for this radio station financially. So we would like them to make a deeper playoff.
There you go. Run. I'm all in favor. I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm all in favor. There's a little nugget that came out today that's interesting in the Lakers head coaching search. You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
We'll do that coming up next. In the meantime, I am officially playing in the World Series of Poker event at Commerce Casino on Sunday. I cannot wait. You right now can take part in the very first WSOP ring event outside of Vegas. It's going on now through May the 24th at Commerce Casino and Hotel. This is a big tournament. This is a big deal. One tournament can change your life. Play your game, check out a show, win big. The Commerce Casino has the biggest and best poker room in Southern California. It's the only place I play. And I love poker. And don't forget, Mandy's 3 also taking place at Commerce Casino and Hotel. So if you want to be part of the first WSOP ring event outside of Vegas, go to commercecasino.com. That's commercecasino.com, and I'll see you at the tables. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Move for louder.
.2:30 on a live imaging Tuesday presented by Kia of downtown Los Angeles.
What was
Mason
this,
in Ireland.
79 Pirates?
Yeah.
The We Are Family team?
Yeah, Sister Sledge.
Yeah.
Not the she wasn't on the Pirates, but
No, she did not.
she sang the song.
Yes, she did.
Smash it.
Huge.
Huge.
So I wanted to ask, Tuesday night. Okay, Tuesday night.
Tonight?
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Oh, next
Okay.
Tuesday
Next
night.
Tuesday. I'm going to ask Brian and Laura here. Ireland, I don't think you're in. Morales, if you're in,
No,
you're
I'm in Idaho next Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
At the Ireland. What is Idaho? That's not. Is that north? Is that like? What do you say? You don't say. It's not Midwest.
North L.A.
North.
North
No,
L.A.
yeah, so Cappy calls it south. I'm going north.
But that's not
That's
fun.
funny.
It's a compound.
Like it is
Yeah,
a compound.
It is a compound.
Yeah.
But what would you say if you were describing where in the map Idaho is? What would you say?
It's so if you're looking at a map of Idaho, it's near the top, almost to Canada. You land. Well, I fly into Spokane, and then I drive 40 minutes east, and I'm there.
So it's kind of like the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, you
but
didn't
not
know
the
it
Pacific.
is. Not kind of like it.
You would say Pacific Northwest?
Oh yeah, I'm 40 minutes from Washington State.
Oh, so the Ireland Pacific Northwest compound.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, and you're gonna be doing shows from there too.
Yeah, all
right?
next week.
Oh, beautiful.
You're kind of Nevada's hat.
Does that mean Corporate Greg's going to sneak into this room?
Not kinda.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
Idaho is Nevada's hat.
Well, he says. Well, Greg says Mace
Yeah, Mace wants him in there.
needs like the heating pad is like a heating like a little blanket on him. He
Yo
doesn't
no
want to be
dije
alone
ni.
in this room. So Corporate Greg uses that as like, well, I'll go in there.
I don't understand that.
So Greg comes in here when I'm gone?
When you're on the road.
Oh, he sits in here, yeah.
Because he says that you ask for him to sit in here because you don't want to be alone
I know
in the
he
room.
wants to be in here.
But he says that you request it.
Because you keep saying Greg is like a developmental project.
Well, that doesn't mean he has to
I'm
be.
trying to be developmental.
Well, he's not a developmental project. I think
He
he's
is a project.
Come on, man.
So what was the twist in the Laker coaching
Well,
search?
real quick, I want to say Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Mookie Betts bobblehead night. Brian, you in?
I'm in.
Can I
It's
smash?
on me. Laura?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in. You can't smash the
Can I
bobblehead.
smash it?
No.
Can I smash it in the parking
Morales,
lot?
are you in?
Mookie one?
Possibly.
Possibly.
You don't hate
Possibly.
Mookie.
No, I don't hate
Yeah.
Mookie.
By the way, Saturday, I think, is Shohei bobblehead night. Yeah, I think.
I will look. I will look.
Tomorrow night.
By the way, I got a Duke JJ Redick bobblehead ready.
In case he gets the job.
Yeah.
What did you see? Did you see the story? Maybe this is where you're going.
Yeah, this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
Here is Shams Charania.
I'm told J.J. Redick, James Borrego, and Sam Cassell have emerged as the leading head coaching targets for the Lakers. They're going to begin their formal process this week. One interesting wrinkle, I'm told the Lakers have used Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, as an unofficial resource so far during the process. Obviously, he's someone who has great lineage, great history within the game of basketball. He has a history with J.J. Redick, having coached J.J. Redick. He has deep ties to multiple candidates involved in this coaching search, from what I'm told, and obviously helping the Lakers, and really has always given his wisdom when he's called upon based on staffing, how to build a culture around a team. And so he's someone that the Lakers have relied on to an extent here in this process. But for
So
the Lakers,
how does that surprise you that
Not
Coach
at
K
all.
is involved?
I mean, I don't know if you remember. I suggested it. The minute I heard J.J. Redick was a candidate, I said the first thing you do is you call Coach K and see if he'll come be an assistant. I don't think he'll do that, but maybe he'll be a consultant, and that's what he's doing.
So you think the idea would be JJ as head coach and then Coach K as a
Yoda.
consultant? Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Remember,
Well, that's interesting.
After the Pistons, that whole finals thing. Remember when that was the big talk that he was going to come out here with Kobe?
Well, they offered it to him.
Yeah.
He turned it down.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Now, I think
And-
I'm all
and-
in on JJ Redick now.
And remember, he's got a great relationship with both LeBron and AD and coached them to gold medals.
Right.
So there you go.
Are you all in on JJ Redick, Morales?
Sure.
Let's do it.
I like it for the drama
I
purposes.
love it. I sent out a tweet a little bit earlier, John, and it's pissed off half the world. Hang on. So it's about all this talk about LeBron is in Cleveland and what's he doing in Cleveland and all that stuff. I'll slow your roll.
That's a drop. That's a drop. Wasn't it, that?
Here's the tweet. Slow your roll on this LeBron speculation. He went to the Cavs game because he went to see his mother on Mom's Day, mom on Mother's Day. Don't worry.
Is that why he sat courtside and wanted the attention?
He
too?
says, "Don't
'Cause he
worry.
saw Mom?
He'll opt out, get a giant extension with the Lakers. His podcast partner JJ will be his head coach, and his son Bronny will be on the team."
I think all those things are true.
There you go.
And you're going to give away the whole current team to get the third player he wants.
Yeah. Well, if it's Donovan Mitchell, and somebody suggested on Twitter, and this is kind of an interesting thought. What if one of the reasons why LeBron was in Cleveland was to recruit Donovan Mitchell?
Well, that's kind of not a nice thing to do to your former organization when they're in the middle of the playoffs. My opinion.
Well,
wait a minute. Whatever works.
Yeah, I mean,
I understand.
I don't care. Just get Donovan Mitchell.
If he can do it, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you
Go
want
recruit.
Okay. So you want some weird J.J. Redick facts?
Oh, this is good. Yeah, I want to know some facts about JJ.
Okay. His real name is. Do you guys know?
John Joseph.
Close. Jonathan.
Oh.
The reason he's nicknamed JJ is that when he was a toddler, his sister couldn't pronounce Johnson. She just kept repeating J's. JJ. And so
okay.
it stuck.
That's where it came from.
And it
Good.
came from. His middle name is Clay. You know why?
With a K or a C?
A C.
C.
You know why?
No.
His dad was a stoneware
I
potter.
was just going to say, was he a sculptor? Yeah.
Yeah. His major was history. His minor, how is this even a major or a minor? Cultural anthropology.
Oh.
I think that's a great degree.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
So we'll ask him about all this if and when he gets the gig.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
He will.
What I heard is that both sides, there's mutual interest. They're going to interview him this week in Chicago. They're all at the draft combine, and both sides are hoping it goes well.
We should mention that Bronny played really well at the NBA draft combine yesterday. And I
Are
think
you all in on Bronny too now?
well, I think he's going to be here. I think that they have a scrimmage today. I don't know how he played in the
4
scrimmage.
4 points, 4 rebounds in 16 minutes.
Sounds about like
not bad, not
college.
good.
Yeah.
But
Well, not good.
yesterday he was the second best player at
Shot
the
the
combine.
lights out, right?
19 of 25 in the first drill, 17 of 21 in the second drill, vertical of 40.5 inches, which is huge.
Oh, little nugget just came in from our friend Tom Looney.
You're like hacksaw with a sports machine over
I
there.
had a 52.
Not you, him.
I had a 52-foot yacht boat. The bedroom.
Tom Looney
bedroom.
did?
Yeah, Tom Looney.
Why
2
didn't
bedrooms.
Looney ever invite me to be his
2
captain?
bedrooms, 2 baths. It's a Chris Craft in the marina. He bought it from Ed McMahon.
Did you know Looney had that kind of dough?
I did not know. Well, didn't he own a cafe or a restaurant at some point? Yeah, over in Venice.
Way to go, Tom.
Yeah, Tom's great.
We should get Looney in here just to hang out and torture Greg. He loves torturing Greg.
Oh, does he?
Well, then he's in.
Oh, yeah.
He's hired.
Can he work Friday?
Dang, thanks, Mace.
By the way, speaking of it, we had a little beef with O'Shea last week, like on Twitter beef. It was funny.
Okay.
Because I said I'd prefer Freddie Prinze Jr. came back.
Okay.
But we should talk to Freddie.
I'm all about Freddie.
Can you let's have it?
Bergman had the Freddie clash.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, but it was like 10 years ago.
I know. I'm like, let's bring Freddie back.
Oh,
I'm totally for that.
He's no matter what Greg says, Freddie's welcome on the show anytime he wants.
Yeah, but
Friday?
Anytime he wants. Friday included.
Friday. Friday's going to be a big day.
Listen, I grew up
Great
with Freddie
guy,
Prinze Jr.
Freddie Prinze.
Like with
Right.
everything that he's, and then I remember people were like, "Oh my God!" And I would see him here, and so when I started working here, I was like, "Really, really? He's banned right before I get here? Like what
Yeah,
the?"
yeah, it's true. When he came to one of my parties, the ladies just swoon.
I don't want to swoon. I just like he's
You're not a swooner?
no. That
A
I feel
lot
like,
of the ladies swoon.
I feel like Morales is a swooner.
He does
Well,
swoon.
I met him at your. Well, we recorded a show at your house. That
Oh,
one
that's
time.
right. We
Yeah.
did.
I didn't swoon.
Back in the day. You did not swoon.
No.
You handled yourself
What are
well.
you, anti-swoon?
I'll swoon for the best of them.
Swooning is fun.
Janet Kramer came in here. Both Ira and I would
Oh,
swoon.
it would be a
Did you
massive
see,
swoon.
Did you see Janet Kramer stick her head in the lion's mouth last week?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
She went.
Did she go to a circus?
She went after Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Well, she
What-
went after Kelsey.
She said
But,
ever
yeah.
since Taylor Swift started dating Travis Kelce, she's just drunk all the time. Because he's a bad influence on her.
Oh, that's not true.
I think if she's drunk all the time, he's a fun influence.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's do some What's Up, Fool. We got Laura, we got Brian. They both have stuff for us today. And at the top of the hour, a little kid who wants to play at Dodger Stadium, but not in the way you think.
Okay.
That's coming up at 3. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Hey, looking for a car? You got to look at Toyota and the Southern California Toyota dealers. For as long as I've been doing this gig, Toyota's been tied to the Lakers. As a matter of fact, their relationship goes back 48 years. Why? Because year after year, Toyota delivers quality, reliability, and simply the best vehicles on the road. And right now, brand new inventory is waiting for you. Choose from an amazing selection of cars, trucks, crossovers, SUVs, and EVs. Great deals waiting for you now. All you got to do is see your Southern California Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com. Toyota, we make it easy.
In front of 3 o'clock of Live Imagery Tuesday, presented by Kia of downtown LA. Mason and Ireland is on. Woo! I love this song. This was used in the 54 documentary.
Oh, yes, it is. Have you watched it yet, John, the 54 doc? You would
Not
love
the
this.
doc. I saw the movie.
The
one
Studio
with Ryan
54
Phillippe and Salma Hayek.
The Studio
and
54
Campbell.
documentary is fantastic.
What?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Really great.
Quick docuseries.
Meanwhile, it is time for What's Up, Fool? It's the thing.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Sitting in for Corbett Gregg, who's under the weather today. Take it away, producer Laura.
Thanks, Chris. All right, guys. So I saw this and I thought it was interesting. So One Direction heartthrob Zayn Malik tried to find love on Tinder.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, but no one bought it. They thought he was catfishing. He was actually kicked off once or twice from the app. And
Because people thought it wasn't really him?
yeah, that it wasn't really him.
Okay.
My thing is, if you're that big of a celebrity, why would you go on an app? There's like professional matchmakers. So my question is, if you guys were, I mean, you guys are celebrities, but married. I do think you guys are celebrities, but you guys are both married.
Yeah.
But if you guys were single, wouldn't you rather do like a high-profile celebrity matchmaker versus an app?
And isn't there one of the dating sites
For
that's
famous
like,
people.
For famous people
Called Raya. R-A-Y-A.
I'd
which
go
is-
on that one.
Yeah, like why do Tinder? Well, I mean, Tinder is known for.
Well, it's a hookup site.
It's a hookup site.
I mean, he's just looking to hook up.
Sometimes don't see if
He says he wants love.
if I was single in the time of apps, I would be on there all the time. I would
Grindr
be
works.
constant-
My friends tell me Grindr is perfect.
Grindr is perfect.
Yes, but it's not for. It's like
Correct.
Yes.
It is for
it's a
that.
hookup site.
It is a hookup
Yeah.
site.
Yeah.
In the same way Tinder is.
Yes.
Like if you're
Yeah.
looking for love, Tinder and
not it.
You could find it.
Yeah.
You could
I'm
find
sure
it there.
For a night.
You're gonna find something.
Exactly. Exactly. But no, I get
That's a good
it.
way of putting it.
If
If
I
you're
was
going to
sing-
find something.
If I was single, I'd be on the apps. They look like fun to me. Everybody says they're terrible. I think they look like fun.
But if you're he said he wants love, Mace.
Uh-huh.
That's different.
You're just as likely to find love on Tinder as you are at the library or at a
Ireland's
church
like, yeah, right.
or at the back of a bar. You can meet somebody anywhere.
All right. Interesting.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, have you seen the new chat GPT 4.0 that was demoed yesterday?
No,
Is it
how is it
on
different
phone
from
or
previous
is it on-
versions?
So I believe there is going to be on the phone. It's not out yet, but OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, kind of had an all-exclusive demo. They got a bunch of clips off of Twitter right now that you could see a whole bunch of things. Bunch of new features. One of the new features is they actually can look through your camera now and kind of describe what's going on, and they added like some voice emotion. So I pulled one of the clips here. This is the AI describing a dog in front of it.
I want to introduce you to somebody.
Well, hello there, cutie. What's your name, little fluffball?
This is Bowser.
Well, hello, Bowser. Aren't you just the most adorable little thing?
Yeah.
Look at you enjoy.
This is one of his favorite things to do.
Oh, well, I can see why. Look at that focus. Fetching balls is serious business for Bowser.
So
That's all AI.
That's all AI. The guy is
Whoa.
holding his camera up in front of the dog, and right in front of him, and the dog is explaining everything. It's kind of creepy.
Damn.
Wow.
Well, how the AI can't see the dog.
Well, that's the thing. So their new feature is it has access to the camera.
Oh no! So it can go through your camera roll and.
I don't know about the camera roll, but it has like a live feature thing. And one of the other features on it was like somebody saying, "Hey, AI, do I look good enough for a job interview right now?" And this whole thing of, oh, maybe run your hand through your hair. Maybe, kind of do this. And
This is where we're going, people. This is where we're
This
going.
is scary.
there's one more clip I want to play for you here, too. So this is their new thing they're pushing is like the emotion in the voice. And,
Okay.
like, sarcasm and voice
Yes,
variations.
yes.
So this was like their big play.
Let's amplify the drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Bite.
Can you end the story, but do it in a singing voice?
And so Bite found another robot friend, and they lived circuitly ever after.
Circuitly. I like that.
That's all AI?
That's so the guy in there that said, "Oh, how about a singing one?" Besides that, even that's all AI.
Wow.
The emotion and like sarcasm.
We're all getting destroyed by robots.
Yeah.
No, here's
Yeah,
the thing about
we are.
here's the thing about technology. If you don't use it, it's going to kick your ass. That's the reality. If you're not using AI, AI is going to replace you. It's being used everywhere in every business we have, not just silly ChatGPT, your dog's cute. I mean, it's out there actually doing stuff. So I always say, like when I spoke at Bowling Green, I was like, AI, you got to factor it in. You're a sound engineer. You got to factor that in. How's AI affect you? You got to be thinking about it. But I'm not afraid of AI. Like I would like a friend like that to maybe talk to my dog.
Add the little, like you're actually talking to a dog, the emotion in the voice.
Exactly. Exactly.
One of the cool things actually from it that's like very useful is it will do live translation. So like English to Spanish, Spanish to English.
Really?
Live, yeah. So it's a lot easier for people to communicate.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I love ChatGPT. I have a lot of fun on ChatGPT.
What's up, Foo? All right, guys. So I saw this story, and I did not know this, but a fountain man was disqualified on Sunday as a winner of the OC Marathon for receiving water from his dad. So apparently, there is a rule that you can only get water at official hydration stations. So the man, after leading for most of the marathon, he becomes, he comes in and everything, and they're like, sorry, we found out that your dad gave you water. That's against violations. So he got disqualified.
That's stupid.
Did you guys know that?
No,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that you couldn't get water. I thought you could get water from anybody.
So you're only allowed to get water at the stations, and you're not allowed to have your dad give you water between stations.
Because they want to keep people from like enhancing or having things enhanced if someone gives it to them.
Steroid water or something.
Yeah,
But
steroid water.
I mean, why not just run a test on the guy? And if he fails the test, then he loses
wait a minute.
the race.
It's the OC Marathon. It's not like there's not like some gigantic.
There's no Olympic gold medal.
It's like they're not some gigantic cash prize, is there?
I
There's
don't
nobody
know.
from Ethiopia winning this thing. It's just the OC Marathon.
Yeah, and the guy said he trained for months. He's like, I'm new to this. I didn't know that there were like specific rules. He's like, I was running, like his pace was so, advanced that sometimes by the time he got to the hydration station, they weren't even ready.
Yeah, that's a dumb rule.
So I was like, that's so dumb. Imagine putting so much work.
So did they literally take the title away from him?
The guy that came in, I think it was like 11 seconds or 17 seconds after him, got the title.
Wow. That's terrible.
That's dumb.
We all saw it. We know who won the race.
Yeah, we did.
What's up, Foo?
So there's a new person entering the streaming races here. Sean Merriman, ex-Charger, Lights Out.
Lights Out.
Starting his own streaming service, Lights Out. I think Lights Out Sports is what it's going to be, and it's going to be live sports. The sports, though, that he's going to be streaming on there are a little obscure. Here, let me read a couple for you.
Okay.
Glory Kickboxing, World Poker Tour, Swerve Combat, Chess, Street Beefs, Outdoor America, Speed Vision, and American Football 7-on-7. And he's also starting his own MMA promotion, Lights Out Boxing.
Okay.
Or Lights Out Extreme Fighting.
Okay.
So I know he's trying to get into the streaming world, but there's no chance. I mean,
It sounds like he's reinventing American Gladiators.
It kind of does.
The problem is, does he have backing? Does he have sponsors?
I woke up this morning, my first thought was, is there another streaming service I can sign up for? Because I really need one more.
There's so many.
Yeah, it's a joke
It's
now.
ridiculous.
It's a joke now. Yeah, I'm not in on Sean. I mean, good for Sean Merriman.
Yeah, I hope he makes it, but he better have some money behind
it. But he's
it,
going
or
to have
it
to
ain't
make it without me.
Well, to that point, so it's not going to be like on, the Peacock or anything like that. It's actually going to be Android, Roku, and Apple iOS that you can be able to stream it. So it's a little more niche, I feel like.
Okay. All right.
What's up, Foo?
All right, guys. So this hit me and definitely hits Mason because Mason has talked about how he loves Amazon because he's able to return things if he does not like them.
Correct.
So according to some retailers, Mason and I are known as problem returners because we return a lot of products.
I return a lot.
So now they're actually tracking people that return things more than they keep them. And it can actually cost us. There's not like an actual dollar amount because it depends on what retailer you're using. But is this going to curve the way that you shop on Amazon now? If they're going to start kind of
By the way, as a
that?
customer, you guys are completely in the right
With
to
our
return
rights.
something.
Yeah, I agree.
I would not change your shopping habits at all.
I'm not changing. Like, for example, when I order something from Amazon, if it's from my designer Amazon clothes, I will get an XL and an L. and then whichever one fits better, I'll keep, and then I'll send the other one back because I'm kind of in between.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I ordered. You told me Lisa does this all the time, right? Order stuff.
She orders like 7 or 8 things and sends back 6 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I do the same.
I mean, to me, it's like we pay, especially for Amazon, we pay like you have to subscribe to do all the 2-day and all the free shipping.
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff.
Is there going to be some penalty?
There is. So depending on if it's Amazon, Macy's, TJ Maxx, Walmart, whatever the retailer is, it depends what they're going to do because they're cracking down because they have so much return and it's actually costing them money. So I'm like, oh man, does that mean that I have to
I will not change my behavior.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
I will
You're
not
well
change
within
my
your rights
behavior.
to do
I will
that.
order a large and an XL of everything, and I will send the wrong size back.
It might just cost us, but yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Fu?
I got one for you guys
Okay,
here real
good.
quick. So yesterday was National Apple Pie Day.
Yeah.
And made me think of one of my favorite lines from the movie Benchwarmer when they couldn't believe that the guys never tried apple pie. And he's like, oh, there's nothing more American than apple pie. So when I say that to you, what do you think is like, oh, it's so American?
So American. What is
A Budweiser.
so American?
Yeah,
it is.
Budweiser, that's a good answer.
A Bud is good. What is so American?
A Big Mac is very
Big
American.
Mac is very American.
But apple pie would be the number. Like if we're playing Family Feud, apple
Hot
pie
dog.
would be the number one.
Hot dog is definitely there.
Chevrolet.
Chevrolet, yeah.
Chevy, sure. Those are some of them, but yeah, apple pie is still the king.
Think so?
Baseball.
Oh, that's a good
That was
one.
what I was
Baseball
thinking.
is very American.
I think NFL's probably passed it up, but
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But there's something about baseball and American and, that
I'm
whole
sticking
thing.
with hot dog.
Hot dog. Hot dog is a good call. Hot dog is a good
We
call.
will not be having Dodger dogs.
They're
On Tuesday night, yeah.
Even one day old when Cappy brought them back
Yeah.
as the bit last week
Yeah.
from when him and Greg.
Disgusting.
I ate it. No bun because
Did
I'm doing
you?
the no bun thing.
Ew.
It was still disgusting.
It is disgusting.
Like the flavor is just so bad.
Yeah, and it's the consistent. There's a squishy consistency to
different.
the
I don't
new
like it
dogs.
squishy.
Yeah, I
You
don't like
like
that.
it squishy?
All right, coming up next for you, there is a kid who wants to play at Dodger Stadium, but not the way you think, John.
Okay.
It's coming up next for you. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
straight up on a live imaging Tuesday. Oh!
Are you?
What do you think John thinks when he walks back into the studio and he sees me doing a Commodore's brick house type move?
Just another Tuesday.
All for it.
Live Imaging Tuesday, made possible by our friends of Kia at downtown LA. The Memorial Day sales event is going on now at Kia of downtown LA. Lease the all-electric 2024 Kia EV6. Or how about you can lease the new 2024 Kia Sportage. We were talking about things that are American.
Yes.
Memorial Day's American.
Oh, yes, it is.
And going to see Gary at Kia of downtown LA, that'll make you feel like a proud American next to the 10 freeway at Figueroa in Washington, right here in DTLA. Go see my homeboy Gary. And you know what you say. Pot it up, baby. Pot it up. You say, hey, I don't mind a brick house, but you know what I want, Gary? Give me my Kia, sucker. Take advantage of the Memorial Day sale going on now.
Not sure how those things actually fit together.
Because I make it shine.
Yeah, but it's like a brick house, and I want my...
All right.
Kia downtown LA, JD
that.
Power 2024, dealer of excellence.
Yes.
For the customer sales experience. Go see Gary.
I have found something. By no means you're going to get to the story about this kid, but
Yeah.
I have found something, and I'm being dead serious.
Right.
Oh, that was a loud mic turn.
Okay.
It happens.
We need to put some WD-40 on there.
Yeah.
I'm being dead serious about this.
Okay, dead serious.
Dead serious.
Not dead meow.
Oh, wait, is this like a serious story, or is it
No.
a fake serious story?
No, it is a serious story about a new show that has been announced today. The show is going to be 3-person teams, and I think the three of us, Chris Morales, Steve Mason, John Ireland, would kill it on this show.
Wow, okay.
All right? I
Okay.
think we can make a lot of money. I'm dead serious.
Okay, dead serious.
All right? Jeopardy is spinning off with Amazon to start another game show, and the name of it is Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Wow.
Come on.
Wouldn't the three of us dominate that show?
Kill it.
Now, I think we would, but the one spin was I thought it was going to be like new pop culture. If it's
So
classic pop culture, well, I'm not as great
Well,
on
I
new
would
pop.
imagine it's both, right?
Because if it's classic, we know I'll take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't say if it's new. It's,
Oh, God.
it's just Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Mace has a show called Culture Pop.
Correct. By the way, dropped a new
I
episode
know
with
more
the great Alan.
meaningless facts about pop culture than anyone.
Yeah.
John wasn't going to let you get
Yeah,
the plug
by the
in,
way,
so don't get the plug in.
I
Yeah.
dropped
Turn his mic off. No
a new
plugs.
podcast with Alan Havey.
Oh, he's great.
This week.
I
He's
saw him do
fantastic.
Great Alan
stand-up.
Havey.
Yeah.
I saw him do stand-up last year at Comedy and
He's
Magic Club.
killer. He's still out there doing stand-up.
Oh, beautiful.
So,
Why didn't you invite? You're inviting O'Shea to do the show on Friday.
yeah.
Why don't you invite Jay Moore to come in here and do the show?
Well,
Jay's
Jay was
welcome
on last
anytime.
night.
I know.
I would love to have Jay in.
Yeah, he can come in whenever he wants.
Hey, ask Jay if he wants to come in. I'll text him.
But I do want to see Freddie Prinze Jr. this summer in this studio.
We will get Freddie back
I think
in.
we may have to, he's mad at Bergman. So
Oh,
I
he's
think-
mad at Bergman.
Correct.
What
Yeah.
did Bergman do to him?
He banned him.
Banned him.
Yeah, but was it a real ban?
Yeah.
No, it was. Bergman got very upset. I think this was around the time they put Will Kane on the station, and Freddie.
We all know when it was.
And
You
Freddie
don't need
went-
to just bring it back.
Well, I mean, Freddie went completely ballistic over that, and a lot of people did.
Yeah, but we've done a lot of good since then.
I totally
But
agree.
but we might have to.
You think there has to be a Bergman Freddie Prince summit?
We
Yeah.
might
See
have
how-
to be an apology
I
involved.
meant Peace Summit, but I said Prince. See how I did that?
Yeah, I see. So,
All right, who's the kid that wants to play
okay.
at Dodger Stadium?
So there's this kid that wants to play at Dodger Stadium. And, John, it's not the way you think. Listen to the way he describes his future career path.
I want to be the organist for the Dodgers when I grow up. It's kind of an odd job. You know, a lot of kids want to come and meet Mookie Betts or come onto the field and meet the players, but I want to meet the organist.
Wants to meet Dieter Rule. Now, I actually think Dieter Rule is a fantastic state. I think he still does the Kings and the Dodgers.
Yeah, he replaced Nancy B. Heffley.
Yes, the great Nancy B.
Who used to come on our show back in the day.
That's a worthy goal.
I think Dieter should have that kid up there.
I agree. You know what we should do? Remember, I don't know if we can pull this off.
Okay.
Remember we used to bring Nancy B. Heffley in and we played Nancy B. Heffley Name That Tune?
So we should bring Dieter Rule, name that tune?
Can we do Dieter Rule, Name That Tune?
Of course.
Do you think he can get a little portable organ and come in here and play?
Everybody's got a portable organs.
Yeah, no, it's true.
I used to have one in my house.
Where do you think a portable organ comes from? You think he's got?
I don't know. Nancy B.
I had a
one.
keyboard.
It has a keyboard, but not an organ. You need the pipes.
No. This keyboard is like would work.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're
will?
not talking
Yeah.
Phantom of the Opera here. We're not talking about Greg, just a little organ.
Yeah. You know, like at Ray's Music Exchange and Blues Brothers. Remember he had that keyboard and they all made fun of it? And he said, no, this thing has plenty of amps.
Everybody in my family growing up in Central Pennsylvania, my aunt, my grandma, my Uncle Al, oh, God.
Don't we have
They all had organs.
Don't we have the keyboard left over from the Dave Damashek experience back in the back?
The one-man band. Who was that guy? Dave Damashek, by the way, again, bad rap, has done really well since he left here.
I know.
And remember, we used to joke that when they pulled Dave off the air, they sentenced him to do a podcast. Now everybody does podcasts.
Exactly.
And they do, Dave was before his time.
For sure.
Really.
By the way, that kid wants to be an organist.
Yeah.
If I said you can't be a player.
Yeah.
And you can't be a coach, and you can't be an announcer, but
Okay.
you can have any other job
Okay.
at Dodger Stadium. What do you want?
Senior Vice President of Community Affairs.
You want Eric Braverman's job?
Yes.
The great
exactly
Eric
what I
Braverman.
want. The great Eric
Brian,
Braverman.
how about you? What job you want? You can't be a player, a coach, or an announcer.
I'd like to be a DJ. You know, the
Like the
inning
one-
or in between batters or whatever.
Yeah, that's good.
Laura, how about you?
Well, he took mine, so is it in-house announcer okay? Like the people that interview
Oh, the
people?
PA announcer?
No, you
Oh,
want
you
to
wanna
be
be Kristen Watson.
Yeah.
No, that's an announcer.
No.
She's
well,
an
he
announcer.
took. I wanted to be the DJ. I
But
want
the
to hype people
PA
up.
announcer's a good answer.
PA announcer's good.
I don't think I have the right voice for that.
I think San Francisco, I don't know, they're up there right now. Do they? I think they have a female PA
Not anymore.
announcer.
They
No?
used to.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'd want to be? Umpire.
No,
No.
way.
Bring it on.
Oh,
Bring
look
it
out.
on. You're out.
You're
back.
back.
And if you bitch about balls and strikes, I'm throwing you out of here.
There you go, Angel.
I'm in charge here.
Yep, you're the man.
Either that or Roger Owens, the peanut guy. I could throw peanuts behind my back.
I
and
don't
through
think
my
they
legs
allow
and stuff.
Roger to throw peanuts anymore.
Why not?
Because
Safety
there was a
hazard?
liability issue.
You wing a peanut bag and you hit somebody in the side of the head, there's liability.
come on.
Bam! Exactly,
Yeah.
bam.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Hitting somebody in the no one ever died from being hit in the head with a bag of peanuts.
In the litigious world we live in.
By the way, Michael Thompson sent me a video today, and I'm very disappointed in him.
Oh.
Oh, did you? Is
Did
this
he
the
send
one
you the
Laura
same
got?
one I sent?
Is it the one with the batting cage?
Oh no.
No.
Oh,
All right.
Michael, you didn't send me that.
By the way,
one.
what's weird about Michael is we all get different texts from him. Like
Right.
I get
Different
a text
video, too.
that's random out of. So what was yours?
So right now, Trace, Michael has 3 sons. Mikey, Clay, and Trace.
Yes.
And that's the order they are in age. All right. So Mikey and Clay and Michael, the 3 of them, Clay got him a private plane and they flew to Syracuse and they're there visiting Trace. So it's a boys' trip. The 2 older brothers and the dad all visiting Trace in Syracuse.
Right.
Today, Michael sent me a video of Mikey and Clay in the batting cage. Like they picked up a bat and went in there during batting practice. And I texted him. I said, Michael, get in the cage. He goes, no, I'd hurt myself if I get in there. Wouldn't you jump at the chance to go into the batting cage and hit at a minor league park?
Absolutely, I would. It would be
awesome.
fun. It'd be fun.
Why isn't he doing it?
What, with live pitching?
Yeah, well, with the batting coach, or the pitching coach,
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah,
I'd be all for that.
Michael goes, no, I'm not going in there. I'd get hurt.
It's the one thing I'm really good at is
talking
hitting.
about?
That's the one thing I'm really good at is hitting.
You're the least athletic person I've ever seen.
I was 2 for 3 in last year's softball game, and that's despite
would
the
get
fact that
hurt.
I got my hand all screwed up. But I still was
But
2 for 3.
You're the one who screwed it up.
Right. But I'm a singles guy. I'm not a power guy.
Singles guy.
I'm a singles guy.
You're the Kevin Seitzer of ESPN
I am.
LA.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
I'm Tony Gwynn. All right. So Ireland, Shaq. I get this story.
Okay.
This actually, Laura found this. So do you have ever had interest in getting a master's? A master's degree?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what I would have a master's in.
Right, it's kind
But-
of pointless now, right?
No, it's not.
No, because
You'd still want to get one?
I want to get one. They're just so expensive.
But, I mean, we
wait,
just
in
are
what?
who we are.
In like business administration
So
or
I
something
want
else, or-
an MFT, marriage family therapy. Like I
Okay.
would want something like that, or in business, like an MBA.
Is
like
that? Would
something
you
like
like to be a marriage family?
I wanted to
counselor?
be a sex therapist. Yeah, for
A
long
sex
time.
therapist?
Yeah, I wanted to be a sex therapist for a long time.
Yeah, I guess you could masters in that. I don't know what a master's
So what
would do for
did
me.
Shaq, does Shaq have a master's
Shaq got
now?
a master's. Yes, he did. So Shaq wanted to get a master's, and he wanted
Does
to.
it say what it specializes in, or no?
He says he went to the head officials at the school, and he says, I don't want to do it online. This is University of Phoenix. I don't want to do it online. I want somebody to teach me in a class. University of Phoenix went back to him and said, unfortunately, we can't set up a classroom for one guy. You need 15 people. So Shaq paid for 15 of his friends to get master's degrees.
Wow. I have said many, many times, Shaq's the most generous professional athlete I've ever seen.
That's amazing.
I've been around him before where he's been in like an Apple store and he sees a family shopping for a computer and somebody in the family will go, we can't afford that one.
Right.
And Shaq will go, I'll get it for you. Go take it up there. I'll pay for it. He doesn't even know him.
Yeah.
Rudy Garceguenas, who was our equipment manager, was driving an old beater and to and from the practice facility, and Shaq just bought him a pickup truck on site. Just said, I don't like you driving that old beat-up car here.
Yeah.
New car.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
Yeah. All right, coming up next for you, there's a brand new scam that one woman used to break into homes. I'll tell you what it is. This is a public service announcement.
Okay.
This is going on out there. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right. If you golf, play pickleball, tennis, soccer, basketball, football, and you're sore, you have soreness, you've got to try iSpot Active wearable cryotherapy. This stuff is fantastic, and the only way to get it is go to the iSpot Active website, ICEBOD active.com. You'll see James Worthy on there trying. Here's how this stuff works. They're compression shirts and pants. So you put these compression shirts on, then you slide these ice-cold gel packs into these slots, and it's a better, smarter, faster way to ice. If you've never seen this, go to that website and check it out, iSpotActive.com. You shouldn't be stopped from doing what you love to do just because you're sore. You don't have to be sore all the time. You put this stuff on for 20 minutes, and if you're like me, you feel better right away. So check it out today, and here's the best part. Free shipping and a full 100% money-back guarantee. So for any reason, if you don't like it, you're unhappy, just send it back and you get all your money back. But you won't, because everybody I've turned on to this stuff loves it. iSpot Active, iSpotActive.com.
15 in the Southland.
I
on Live
agree.
Imaging Tuesday. presented by-
100%. Let's
You already
turn
did.
this thing over.
You already did, and you kept Mason in Ireland.
Let's
I
topple.
don't think
You
you
know
can.
what? We should topple this management team just like we've toppled all the ones that came before us.
George's arms don't reach that high anymore. Because he created it. That's why.
Yeah.
Live
Disco
Imaging Tuesday,
Inferno.
presented by
Who
Kia
sings
of downtown
this?
LA. What?
Disco
The
Inferno.
Tramps.
Inferno. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
That's a good one. It's a good one. I wish I was. Well, we've talked about that. I wish I was out doing disco in the late 70s.
We would have
like
died
Saturday
at Studio
Night Fever,
54.
I was,
white
I was,
suit,
yeah,
whole
I was a
bit.
little kid. The white
We would have
suit.
died at Studio 54 without a doubt.
I would not have died.
I would have died.
You would have, yes.
Easily. Of multiple different things.
Yes, especially blow.
Come on. See, why you got to say that?
Is Steve Rubel still alive?
No, Steve
He
Rubel's
died in
not
the
alive.
mid-80s. Even survived Studio 54?
He had AIDS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Mike Myers played him in the movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
Mike Myers
Yeah.
played him.
And I thought he did a great job.
I thought he did great, too.
But the funny thing is, Ian Schrager was never portrayed in the movie or any of those things, and it's just he was the partner, but he was like the brains of the business end.
Okay,
And
right.
then-
Yeah, he was. And he's never talked until this documentary.
And Steve Rubel was understood the entertainment, the pomp and circumstance, all that. So it's interesting to hear Ian Schrager because he was never even portrayed in the movie, and I never even knew he was the partner.
Yeah, the guy behind the guy.
The guy
I
behind the
met
guy.
him
Yeah.
once.
Really,
Ian Schrager?
Yeah, at the Mondrian.
Really?
Right, because
Yeah.
he went on
Yeah.
to own all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I think he owned House of Blues at the Mondrian.
It's actually interesing their comeback when they
One
got
of
out
those
of
two.
jail.
They were
Both of
next to
them,
each other.
they got into the hotel business, and now Ian's a billionaire, I think, because
Wow.
of all these boutique high-end hotels.
Good for him.
Yeah, good job.
Another bus we missed.
So, speaking of... actually, I have no segue there.
Well,
So-
what were you going to talk
Oh, yeah,
about?
here's
You
what
teased
I have no
something.
good segue. I have no good
Okay.
segue. I was trying to do something clever there, and I'm not clever enough. So, here's the thing. Do you ever worry that burglars are going to get to your house?
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I have
Matter
a
of fact, tell you an interesting story. I was driving away today, and Lisa's out of town, and I couldn't remember if I locked the front door. And I said, well, I live in a gated community. Nobody's going in there.
Right.
Then I was driving down the street, and I noticed a whole bunch of workers on the left side of the street, a whole bunch of workers on the right side of the street. Turned around, went back and locked the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a weird thing where if I leave and I haven't locked the door, or I think I haven't locked the door, like I've been a half mile away and turned around and come back because I
Yeah.
didn't realize whether or not I locked the door.
Okay.
So anyway, this woman in Torrance got robbed. Here's how it went down. Two people approached her house with a pizza box. She watched this on the Ring cam afterwards. So they have a pizza box. They ring the bell. Nobody answers. They ring the bell
So if
again.
you're driving
Nobody
by, you
answers.
don't think twice because you think a pizza's being delivered.
And once nobody answers, they break in and take all your stuff. So the pizza box thing is the clever scam.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that's going on, since this is a scam segment, the other thing that's going on is, again, senior citizens,
Yeah,
older
they-
people, they're using AI to impersonate their grandkids. So they're going to Facebook. They're finding videos of their grandkids. They're twisting it around into AI.
Wow.
Then they call the grandma and they say, I'm in Italy and I've lost everything. I need money. Please send. And a lot of seniors are sending their money away.
Well, that's why you got to be careful how much personal information you put on Facebook. Our buddy Dave Singer's parents, who've both since passed away, got scammed. They basically went on Dave's Facebook page, learned the names of his kids, tracked down Dave's parents, and said, "We have your grandchildren. Send us $5,000 right now."
Wow.
And they did it. And
yeah, it's terrible. And now imagine using AI as a part of that. So you
so
think
you would
you're
actually
talking
hear
to
their voice.
Yeah,
So-
that is terrifying.
Well, my mom, like, she loves, what is it called? WhatsApp.
Yeah, WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, right? So my mom has had about 2 or 3 because she's obsessed with the Facebook right now.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, oh, my God, they call me, your cousin's kidnapped in Mexico. And I'm like, Mom, no. And she's like, but it's them. And I heard it. I was like, no. It's like super common for that to happen.
Yeah, so
You got, if you particularly, like Mason and I both have older moms. If your parents are older, you've got to tell them, anytime anyone asks you for money for more than $100, call me first.
Right.
Because the chances are it's a scam.
You know what's weird is, for whatever reason, I get 10 emails a day or so from someone Russian who says they need $99.99.
Maybe because they heard my $100 rule.
But
maybe. Yeah.
How did I get picked by the Russians? And why $99.99? Is it if it goes over 1,000, does it get scrutiny or
in this case over 100?
Oh yeah, over 100.
I don't know, but you're not the only one. I sent you a story a while ago that Big Sean was also like super upset because like, yo, what is up with Twitter and not handling the bots? Like random comments about random links and random bots like asking you for money all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe it's through Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, it very well could be.
I'm just saying.
So Ireland, I'm betting on cut.
You got bets going tonight?
Got bets going tonight. I am all over Denver -4 against Minnesota in Denver.
You realize the road teams won every game in that series.
I know, but I think Denver's got a head of steam now. I think they're going to win that series in 6. They're going to win that series in 6.
Okay.
And then I've got, and I know this could be dumb because the Knicks are worn out and hurt and all that stuff, but I got the Knicks on the money line over the Pacers.
Oh, terrible.
It's a 1-point spread. It's a 1-point spread.
Yeah.
It's Knicks by 1. That's the spread.
Knicks don't have any players.
No, watch out. Jalen Brunson's going to go crazy tonight despite the injury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want either one of those bets, would you, Brian?
Not the second one.
Would you be on the other side of both?
Yeah.
Why don't
I
we
like
do
the first one.
I can't bet NBA.
Oh, not even mythical money. That's right. Yeah.
I don't. I mean, if I do, my phone's going to ring. And
there's no point in
somebody
doing
from the Lakers is going to go, did you bet
Yeah.
money on something? You know that's illegal. Yes, I do.
Yes. No, we
So
are.
I won't even bet. I know it so well. I won't even bet fake money on it.
I don't blame you. All right. So Game of Games is coming up in 10 minutes. This is my game.
Should we be worried?
I think it's good. Anybody can win it.
Okay.
There's
you got to recruit. You got to recruit some people from the afternoon
got
show.
you.
Yeah, there's no knowledge really necessary. It's a lot of guesswork. And coming up next, Vegas has adjusted their over-under for wins for the Dodgers this year.
Really? Now, did you look at the NFL over-unders?
Looked at some, yeah.
I think the Rams are the most undervalued team in the NFL. 8.5.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's like ridiculously low?
I think it's very low. What's the Raiders' number?
6.5.
6.5. What's the
the right
Chargers'
side?
number?
I don't know what the Chargers' number is, but if I had to guess, I would put the Chargers also at 8.5.
I like that. The strength of schedules kind of come out today, too. Chargers, I think, have the 4th easiest schedule.
And tomorrow, by the way, when we do the show
Schedule!
we'll know the whole NFL schedule. Some stuff has already started to come out.
Yes.
Jets at Niners is the first Monday night football game. The first game of the season is Ravens at Chiefs.
Right.
First game Tom Brady's going to do for Fox is a Cowboys home game, but we don't know who they're playing.
Late window on that Sunday.
Yeah, we don't know who they're playing yet.
You mentioned the Monday night, right?
Right. Jets at Niners. And normally they have 2 Monday night games to open the season. I don't know what the other one is.
Right. By the way, the Chargers are 8.5.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, same as
baby.
Same as the Rams. How is that possible? All right. So anyway, I got the Dodgers number coming up next for you. And on top of that, John, there is another thing that I meant to get to today that I have forgotten until this moment.
Well, I've got one more thing. You remember that argument last week between Austin Rivers and Pat McAfee?
Yeah, who can play what sport?
Jason Kelsey thinks one NBA player would be the greatest red zone option in history. And he is. Kelsey is now.
Yeah, right.
So he thinks this guy'd be even better than him. We'll tell you who it is.
Mason, Ireland, 710. My partnership with the LA County Department of Mental Health. So they have got a brand new Take Action movement. Take Action is a series of events promoting wellness and well-being, all while sharing the incredible array of resources and services available right here in the county of LA. Here's this weekend's Take Action event calendar. Saturday, starting at 11 at Veterans Memorial Park in Culver City. Then on Sunday at 11 at the corner of Market Street and Manchester in Inglewood. Learn more at takeactionla.com with the LA County Department of Mental Health. Well-being starts here. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
3:30 in the Southland, a live imaging Tuesday. Presented by Kia of downtown LA on Mason and Ireland, the biggest show on the radio. Don't forget, Cappy's in the building, Shinano's in the building. A big extravaganza. Well, it's Tuesday. Speaking of which, hanging out at the car wash is fun. Especially in the movie, the way they portrayed the car wash then. But you know what's even more fun?
What?
Was your mic not on?
No, my mic was not on. I was flagging everybody down.
Hanging out at the East Central Hotel, downtown LA.
Yeah.
The home of entertainment.
Biggest rooms in downtown, by the way.
I've stayed there. It's beautiful.
And you got the hand in every room?
I did. If Cappy's gone, I'm gone.
And if Mason's gone, I would miss him.
It'll be Sedano in Ireland.
There it is.
Can you imagine?
Talk about the league.
Oh, boy.
3 straight hours. League talk.
By the way,
and Italian restaurants in the South Bay.
When you guys were doing that during Super Crosstalk yesterday, Mason and Cappy just vanished.
We did.
They did.
Well, we were
Mason
texting.
sent him a text.
No, we were texting back and forth. I was like, "How's Mother's Day? How did you have Mother's Day? What's up?"
So
we're
maybe
not
today
necessary
Sedano
here.
and I will sit out of Super Crosstalk.
Well, no, because you sat out the second part of Super Crosstalk.
I was telling you about
Then Cappy and I took over after the top of the hour, and we carried it the rest of the way with a bunch of stupid stuff.
Okay,
the biggest hotel rooms in downtown. Let
Yes,
me
they
continue
are.
telling you.
I love
the
them.
East Central read already in progress.
Yeah.
You can work on your golf swing in those hotel rooms. Those are
You can work on a lot of swings in there. The East Central Hotel, perfectly situated to accommodate travelers who want to experience all that Los Angeles has to offer. Imagine modern convenience with a front row seat to the sports and entertainment capital, sucker. Whether you're coming to downtown LA to see a concert, show, event, or game, East Central provides
entertainment.
It's
always entertaining there.
Plus the Nixo Lounge overlooking Fig.
We've
Have
done
few
a show
cocktails.
from the Nixo Lounge.
great.
Exactly right. East Central Hotel, downtown LA. Call them right now, 213-748-1291. Or if you want to just book it online, which most people do, eastcentralhotel.com. Entertainment's official address.
Chris, when you
dare I
stay
say entertainment.
Oh, okay.
at the East Central,
Yes.
do you put a pineapple outside the door?
Well, I can. What do I get if I
Do
put
you
a
know
pineapple?
the significance of that?
I don't, but I
You
want to
don't.
know right now.
By the way, I think the pineapple is appropriate for you.
It is.
Well, let
Laura,
me know.
tell them what a pineapple outside the door means. Do you know?
I don't know.
Brian,
Oh.
you know, right?
Swingers.
Swingers.
Oh.
It is a flashing neon sign that the game is on.
So if I
I
walk,
thought it was something else.
so
No.
No.
So if I walk by a room,
Yes.
And it's got
And
a
you see a
pineapple.
pineapple?
I just knock on the door.
I'm
Hey.
here.
If the house is rocking, don't bother knocking.
Yeah. No, just
walk
roll right
right
in.
in.
Roll right in.
I'm literally gonna
Put a
would be
pineapple outside. By the way, it's a great social
What
picture,
if we
too.
just instead of getting in your hot tub, Cappy and I just drive by and put pineapples on your door?
I mean,
Well,
you're welcome outside of my house to put anything
that
you
wouldn't
want.
alter what's going on in that house in any
no,
way
no,
now.
it's still like Cirque du Soleil in
Yeah.
Really?
there. Oh, God, yes.
He lives in Venice. Anything goes in Venice. Matt Mason's party, he has an anything goes corner
Yeah,
of the
there is
party.
a section of the party.
That's what, matter of fact, that's where Freddie Prinze was.
That is
most
where
of the
Freddie
time.
gangs
Yeah, but
out.
you
yeah.
still don't allow the hot tub to be used.
No, I do not at a party allow people to get into the hot tub. Yeah, I honestly don't think you'll ever get into the hot tub. I mean, the bit
Chris,
is
when they're at Timberlake,
yeah, no,
let's do a little pop in.
no, absolutely not. Yeah, just take a pizza box. Up
I
to
think
the
you.
door.
Pizza box, leave a pineapple at the door, and hop in the hot tub.
That's good.
We got
That's
it all
everything.
working.
I think he would actually get so upset if he came home and found us in the hot tub. He would call the police and
Oh,
have me
wait a
arrested.
minute. Wait a
No,
minute.
what he would do is
You're
call the
telling me-
police, and then he would go to a sports bar and wait till we got
Wait a
arrested,
minute, but
and then he'd come back.
you are telling me that I wouldn't call the police if I came home and you were in my backyard, you'd broken into my house, and you were in my jacuzzi.
Well, we're friends.
Yeah, I would absolutely call the police. That's called B&E. Yeah, it's a B&E. You broke into my house to get into my jacuzzi.
Yeah, but it's different if I'm
You're
providing
doing time.
I'm providing entertainment.
You're doing time. I want the mugshot.
No, I think
Is there a mugshot of you?
No,
Never?
never.
Not a single time?
No.
None of us, right?
Has
You guys?
anybody here ever?
Never.
No, they didn't take. I told you the other night I spent like an hour in jail. There was no mugshot involved.
Yeah, I never got fingerprinted, nothing like that.
Wait, but you've been in jail?
I
Yeah,
was
well,
in a
I
cell.
told this story the other day. A friend of mine got pulled over, and this is when I was in high school. He got arrested
you-
for DUI.
Right.
And since
Oh,
I
that's
was
not
in the
funny.
car and we were in the middle of nowhere, they didn't want to drive me home. They said, we're taking you both to jail.
Wow.
So I didn't get arrested. He did. He got in trouble.
Yeah.
I just had to spend an hour in a
And
jail
we
cell.
broke onto the Ohio State football field the night before the Ohio State-Michigan game and played a little pickup till the officers got there. We were taken to a cell. We were not mugshotted, or we were just warned, don't do this again. But it was fun. It was worth
Very
it.
sternly, do not do this again.
Nothing. You were never detained.
No. Why is that
Never.
so surprising?
Sedano, you never.
No, not.
I
Wait,
don't know.
Brian?
It
Brian.
makes you more interesting.
Brian.
Makes you more interesting if you
Well, I was
got
cuffed.
into big
I was
trouble.
cuffed once,
Okay.
but not like that.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
not doing it.
Just
I'm
for
not
fun?
doing that joke. No.
Just for fun?
I fell asleep. I pulled over to go to sleep.
Yeah.
When I was doing overnights in the beginning of my career at Fox Sports Radio, and I was driving in a decent car, which I thought, I guess, was too fancy for the neighborhood.
Right.
The LA County Sheriff pulled me out of the car, cuffed me at 7 a.m. and said, "Why are you here? We've gotten complaints that this car doesn't fit the neighborhood." I said, "Why don't you look at the registration, sucker?" I didn't say sucker then.
Did you say sucker?
No, I was like 19 then.
Okay.
Yeah, that would not get. With
So I
the
was
last
cuffed.
name of
You were
Morales,
cuffed, but
saying
never-
sucker would not get you very far.
Damn,
Law
officer.
enforcement.
It is a final.
But then I was uncuffed once they realized that was his name on the registration and matches the license. And
Uh-oh. Exactly.
they're like, "Oh, we were just making sure you're okay. Do you want us to go down, make
Sure
sure you
they were.
get some coffee down the street?" I was like, "No, I'm fine,
Yeah.
thanks."
So, do you see any of the Dodger game last night?
All of it.
Yeah,
by
it was
the
a
way,
great
great
game.
TV night. I was flipping between the Thunder Mavericks game and the Dodger game, and the Dodgers had nothing going for
No.
about 6 innings.
Nope.
And then they woke up.
Yeah. Yamamoto, not a great start.
You're right. I was encouraged by Trinan. Boy, did you see that pickoff move Trinan
Yeah,
made?
yeah.
Wow. And Will Smith came up with 2 big hits.
The
And
bullpen was absolute
Mookie
money
was
last
good.
night.
Yeah. And who's the guy they brought in to close the game at the end?
J.P. Firesen,
Yeah,
I
something
believe
like
is the
that. Yeah,
pronunciation,
you're,
right? Firesen?
You're close. That guy looks like he's got some potential.
Yeah, he got the save last night. It was a good game. It was a fun game. So
same
what do you?
same 2 teams tonight, right?
Yes, and then tomorrow night. No, Thursday night they're at Dodger Stadium. That's Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night.
Okay.
So that's
But
going on.
you're going to the other bobblehead
Tuesday night is Mookie
Okay.
Betts bobblehead
Gotcha.
night. So what do you think the Dodgers over-under for wins is? It's been adjusted now.
Okay. What was it before? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, it was 103.5.
Okay. I think they've moved it to 97.
They have moved it, indeed, to 104.5.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're a wrecking crew.
Yeah, but they've been in 2 of their last 4 games have been terrible.
But, John,
and
they
they
won
were
like
terrible for 5 innings last night.
Yeah, they had a bad weekend, but I mean, it's going into that stretch. They
How many
won
do you think
16
they're
of
gonna,
18.
Would you take the over or the under? Then?
Over.
I'm taking under.
I'm taking the over.
Well, let's put a little mythical money on it. How much you want to bet?
Let's do. Are you
I'll
up?
take the under. You take the over.
How do you
wanna
feel
bet?
about 50,000 mythical dollars?
It's too much. Let's do 25.
25,000 mythical dollars. Laura, make a note. I've got the over 104.5. You've got the under.
Yeah. So if they win 105 or more, you win. If they win 104 or less, I win.
You know who I got in my fantasy baseball team? I'm so excited. That Paul Skeens guy.
Oh, good.
I won out, bidded for him, and he didn't have a great first start, but did you see him throw it all?
Yeah. Oh, he's got nasty stuff.
Oh, my God, it's unbelievable.
And he throws a pitch called a splinker.
A splinker, which is a split and a sinker together.
Right. And apparently no one can hit it.
No. Somebody hit it on Saturday when he started, but
Pirates ended up winning that game, though.
They did. He
Yeah.
gave up, I think, 4 runs in 4 innings was his first major league start. All right, so it's my game today. It is my game.
Do you want to give us a preview?
The preview.
Jacob's going to play today.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Jacob's
Jacob's
gonna. It's actually a fairly tough game.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
Jacob will finish second.
I agree. Jacob is definitely going to finish second. We will do that coming up next for you. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
A fun way to drive home is with Sedano.
The #1 sports radio show in L.A., Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and we welcome to the show the great Jacob Emrani. Jacob, how you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, absolutely. Now, are you ready to finish second?
I am.
Jacob has like 50 silver medals in Game of Games.
Yes.
This may be your week, though, Jacob. Let's see.
All right, so the game is called MLB, PBA, or DEA. So I'm going to give you a name. Everybody's got this written down. I'll give you a name. You tell me if it's a Major League Baseball player, a professional bowler, PBA, or a drug dealer, DEA.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So it's basically baseball, bowling, and drug dealing.
Okay.
Here is number one. Frank Lucas. Is that a baseball player, a bowler, or a drug dealer, Jacob?
I will say a bowler.
Bowler. Ireland.
DEA.
DEA. Brian.
I'm going to go bowler as well.
Bowler. Laura.
I'm with Ireland, DEA.
Yep, he was a drug kingpin in New York in the 70s, Frank Lucas.
Wow, look at
All right,
you.
Laura, on the board.
All right, number two, Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA, Ireland?
MLB.
MLB. Brian.
I like MLB too.
MLB. Laura.
MLB.
MLB. And Jacob.
I'm going to go with the drug dealer.
Tarek Skubal not dealing drugs, but he is dealing on the mound. He's 5-0 with the Detroit Tigers right now. So MLB was the right answer there. So we got Ireland 2, Laura 2, Brian 1, Jacob yet to score. Number 3, Nazario Gonzalez. Nazario Gonzalez. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA, Brian?
MLB.
MLB. Laura.
DEA.
DEA. Jacob.
I'm going with the bowling.
Bowler. Ireland.
I'm going MLB.
The correct answer, he was a Mexican drug lord. DEA was
Laura
the right
got it,
answer.
huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got Laura 3.
Yeah.
Laura's got the lead. Number 4, Christopher Koch. Christopher Koch. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA? Laura, you go first this time.
PBA.
Says PBA. Jacob.
I'll go PBA again.
PBA. Ireland.
gonna happen.
With the crowd. PBA.
PBA. Brian.
Yeah, with the crowd. PBA.
The correct answer, Jamaican drug dealer.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
I mean the name, you know.
It's in the name. Exactly right.
Yeah.
All right, number 5. We've got Laura with 3, Ireland 2, Brian 1, Jacob yet to scratch. Number 5 is Carmen Salvino. Carmen Salvino. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA? We're back to Jacob.
I'm going to go with a bowling again.
Going to go bowling again. Sooner or later it's going to happen. Ireland.
Boy, he doesn't sound like a bowler. I'm going to go DEA.
DEA. Brian.
MLB.
MLB. Laura.
I'm going to go PBA.
PBA. The correct answer. He's a bowler. Carmen Salvino is a bowler.
You got
Laura
one,
running
Jacob.
away with it, and Jacob
Scratch.
on the board.
Scratch.
All right, how many are left?
4 left.
Okay.
Here is number 6, David Ozio. David Ozio. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA, Ireland?
PBA.
Says PBA. Brian.
DEA.
DEA. Laura.
MLB.
MLB. Jacob.
I'm going to go drug dealer too.
Drug dealer is not the right
wanna hear
answer
some
in this
funny
situation.
days?
What?
He's from Beaumont, Texas.
Really? David
Yeah.
Ozio is a bowler
Yeah.
from Beaumont,
I've done
Texas.
That's how you
feature
knew.
stories on that dude.
that's
How
funny.
do you know these things?
I lived in
He
Beaumont,
lived
Texas.
in Beaumont, Texas.
Oh,
Yeah. All
All
right, so
I got 3, Laura's got 4, right?
Yep, that's the race. Number 7. Jesper Svensson. Jesper Svensson. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA? Are we back to going to the leaders here? I think so,
We
yeah.
can. Go to Laura.
Yeah, go to Laura.
Okay.
Jesper Svensson.
Wow. Okay. DEA.
DEA. Jacob.
Bowler.
Bowler. Ireland.
I think it's one of those two things. I'll go DEA.
DEA. Brian.
Let's take a shot. MLB.
MLB. The correct answer He's a bowler.
Nobody got it, Jacob.
Oh,
I did.
Jacob got it.
All right,
I'm
so-
coming
all right,
after
so-
you guys.
Well, you're getting there. So it's 4, Laura 4, John 3, Jacob 2, Brian 1.
All right, so everybody's kind of in it here. Let's go to number 8. It is Jared Triolo. Jared Triolo. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA, Laura?
I'm going to go DEA.
DEA. Let's go to John. You're running second.
MLB.
MLB. Brian.
DEA.
DEA. Jacob.
MLB.
The correct answer. He's a baseball player, second baseman for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, that was
I
my
caught
second
her.
guess. Yeah.
So we had a tie now, right?
Yeah,
we
who
did.
else got that besides me?
Jacob.
All right, so Jacob's one back.
Oh, look at Jacob.
And here he comes for his second
You're
place
in there for
finish.
a second
Come
place finish.
on, Jacob.
There are 2
I
left.
spotted you guys.
There's one left. One
There's
left.
one. Okay, Brian's out.
Yeah, Brian, you're out. Sorry. The last one is Yainer Diaz. Yainer Diaz. Is that MLB, PBA, or DEA, John?
MLB.
MLB. Laura, you going to go
MLB.
different?
No, I'll go MLB.
Going to go the same. Okay.
Jacob, here's your chance.
I'm gonna
DEA or PBA?
I'm going with a drug dealer.
Jared is a second baseman.
Okay. The
For the
tiebreaker
Astros.
is between Laura and John.
Yep. Here we go.
Sorry, Jacob.
It's all good.
Okay. So the greatest bowler of all time is Walter Ray Williams.
Okay.
If you add his total number of PBA tournament wins to the number of strikeouts this year for Tarek Skubal, what is that number closest without going over? So it's titles for Walter Ray Williams, tournament wins,
Okay.
and strikeouts for Tarek Skubal of the Tigers. Add that up, it's closest without going over. So, Laura, you write down a number. Ireland, you write down a number.
Okay.
Can't go over.
All right.
Laura's
I'm
like,
bad.
I don't know.
I'm
Nobody
bad at
knows.
this. I'm
what'd you
so
write down,
bad.
What'd you write down, Laura?
180.
180.
I wrote down 97.
We have a winner.
It's Ireland.
And it is John Ireland.
What was the number?
108. Skubal, 60 strikeouts. Walter Ray Williams has won 48 career tournaments. 108 and 97 gets the
I
win.
almost got that. I figured 50 for the bowler
Yep.
and 47 for the
It's
baseball
very
player.
good.
Pretty close.
Very good, yeah. So, Jacob,
So, Brian, I'm one up on you now.
technically not a second place finish, but it feels like second place.
It feels okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Now, are you on board with JJ Redick? Come on, JJ, let's do this thing. Oh, no, you've got a look on your face.
Who would
no.
you like to see get the gig?
You know, I would like to have somebody who comes in with some pedigree.
Okay,
I would
so
like
you
to
don't want somebody who's never been a coach before.
No, and actually, I actually don't mind Kenny Atkinson.
Okay,
Because
the 3 names that Chums reported this morning were Redick,
Borrego.
James Borrego who came from the Greg Popovich's coaching tree, used to coach the Hornets, so he checks your box for
And Sam
experience.
Cassell.
And Sam Cassell has never been a head coach, but he's been a long-time assistant.
I always thought when Sam was playing, I always thought that guy's going to be a head coach
So
someday.
based on those 3 names, would you lean towards Borrego since he's the only one who's been a head coach before?
I would.
Yeah. I
I
see
would.
your point. But you know what, Jacob, I used to say L.A. is not a starter job.
Yeah.
But then Sean McVay came along and Dave Roberts came along, and they both won titles. So I'm kind of over it. I'm okay with J.J. Redick now if that's who we get.
I guess when I see J.J. Redick, it reminds me of a Steve Nash type of thing.
Yeah, I like him too.
And right, but I'm just saying, if you pick I think if you look at the 3 choices, the sexy choice is J.J. Redick, just because of the fact that
Because of the unknown.
Yeah, and they're
The
talking
idea
about,
of it is
right,
cool.
and they're talking about it so much, like, oh, will they bring J.J. Redick? I think from the other side, if you are going to bring J.J. Redick, you better have a staff of a bunch of former like head coaches, and just surround him with a lot of help.
I would imagine that's the only way you do this with JJ Redick is with at least one former head coach as a bench coach.
And right now we just heard about Coach K.
Yeah, Coach K
Coach
is
K is
apparently
going to be a consultant.
He's
Right,
consulting.
I mean, he would be ideal if you could convince him to sit on the bench, but I don't think they can.
But even with his involvement, John, I'm just saying, doesn't that just throw another sort of wrinkle into how the Lakers are thinking for the first time?
Well, they almost hired Coach K when Kobe asked for him, and then LeBron and AD know him because they played on the Olympic team.
Remember that.
So he's familiar with those guys. I'd be surprised if they offered the job to Coach K at his age.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's head
But I think
coach
using
anymore.
him as a consultant is smart.
Very smart.
But let me ask you this. The fact that he's actually being used as a consultant, I think that's a positive thing that we're hearing because
Yes.
they're going outside of the, inner circle.
Right.
And they're bringing somebody from the outside that people respect.
Right.
To actually, put his 2 cents worth in who you should bring in. I don't know how much of that 2 cents worth is going to actually, you are doing that thing with your head.
Yeah, no. The reason is I don't know if any of it means anything in the world of LeBron and AD. You got to get somebody that's going to sign off on them.
And you got to get somebody that they're going to sign off on.
Right. And the Lakers have never cared about outside opinions. They just don't. So they're going to do what they want. And we just have to see what they come up with.
But you would think Coach K would arrive at the conclusion that J.J. Redick should be the head coach.
That's what you assume.
Yeah, that's what I would assume.
Well, he knows him really well.
He knows him really well. I mean,
but Coach K knows everybody.
Right.
So, he's had a lot of assistants come through USA Basketball, including Monty Williams. If Monty Williams gets fired in Detroit, he becomes a candidate. Ty Lue still hasn't signed his extension, but I don't think he's going to become
going
available.
Anywhere. Yeah.
So that's why they're going to interview JJ this week in Chicago. I'd be surprised if there's an announcement by the end of this week. I think it's going to drag on.
I think it's going to go on for a while. But I do think it's going to wind up being J.J. Redick.
You do?
I do.
I just don't know what they're in a rush for.
What about how you feeling about Bronny James? He had a blowout practice yesterday. He was the second best player there in terms of 3-point shooting. He played in a scrimmage today. How you feel? He's coming.
He's coming. I feel, as John just said, the same way that LeBron and AD are going to have to sign off on a coach.
Yep.
LeBron and AD's influence is going to be there, and Lakers are going to have to do what they can to keep him happy.
Well, I'll say this about the whole Bronny story. The kid is 19 years old, and he's a freak athlete. The Lakers took Jalen Hood-Schifino last year.
Right.
19 years
Terrible
old,
draft.
freak athlete. Hasn't emerged yet. There's nothing wrong with using a second-round pick on Bronny.
Number 55.
Number 55.
Nothing wrong with it at all.
I think it's going to happen. I think we're getting JJ. I think we're getting Bronny. I think we're getting Donovan Mitchell. Those three things. I think.
Do you
we're
really
getting.
think
Yeah,
Donovan
let's go.
Mitchell?
Whoa! Hey,
Okay.
think about this. Was LeBron in Cleveland last night? Did he have any words with Donovan Mitchell?
He had his bottle of wine with him, too.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
Brought a bottle of
He
wine.
sure
and
Stuck it right under his seat.
Wife
Yes.
brought a big furry hat.
I'm going to start doing that during the show. Just open a bottle of wine, stick it under my seat.
Hey, don't forget, Game of Games is brought to you by the great Jacob Imrani. Everybody loves a fighter in this town, but winning matters. That's why you need Jacob. Go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. Jacob, it is great to see you as always.
I really enjoy hanging out with you guys. Thank you.
Cool. We will
Thank you,
see
Jacob.
you next week. The great Jacob Imrani. Let's do some Super Crosstalk.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Nobody?
How can they be late for their own show?
They're standing right there.
When they're in studio.
What the hell is going on? Cappy's
right.
standing there giving me the.
He's
hang
doing a
loose.
fashion
He's got a
show.
Belt.
Yeah. Screw them, mates.
Yeah.
I got more info on Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Okay, good. Pop Culture Jeopardy. Let's
so
go.
I think Chris Morales, Mason, and I, it's 3-man teams.
Okay. Oh, nice.
All right. So I think me, you, and Morales should go on this show.
Excellent.
All right. It's going to be on Amazon.
Yep.
Okay. And it's going to focus on sports, music, TV, stage, and more.
We are good
including
on this.
film.
Yeah, film, I'm good.
Who beats us?
Stage, I'm good. You're good on stage.
There's no business like show business.
Yeah, the old Broadway stuff.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get on this show.
Okay, well, how do we apply?
Laura, make this happen.
Laura,
will
look
you?
into this. How do we apply to the Pop Culture Jeopardy?
I will look into it for
Okay.
you.
Don't we have people at Amazon? Come on.
Shadana, we've been warned that we have to get out pretty quick.
You guys
today.
have a
We have Swerve Strickland coming in, the
really?
AEW heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, I don't want to get beat up by the heavyweight champion.
That's why Cappy's in all his garb because he wants to challenge
Now,
Swerve.
is that a new Sunday Swagger shirt or what's he wearing?
No,
is
his
that
guy
like
looks like a
Is that like a Mercedes shirt?
His Taylor Zapp made that for him.
So it's just Mercedes logos?
Yeah.
It's a little ostentatious, I think.
Yeah, but it's Cappy.
It is Cappy.
Hey,
you're right.
Emily wants us to bump Morales and put her on our team.
Oh my God, let's
She
get
would be
Emily.
great.
She would be great.
Oh my
I
God,
think
Emily
Em, you're
knows
in.
everything.
Morales lasted
they're
2
Cappy.
minutes.
Cappy's bringing it in with Swerve Strickland over there.
Oh, all right, he's here. Your guy's here. All right, let's get out of here. We got to go do the
Well, we
taste
can
test.
finish this. We can finish this.
Lindsay apparently came in and demanded that we get out.
Okay, I didn't say demand. I said
I think they got to
suggested.
do some social stuff out
It
there
was
first.
a
It
demand.
was a demand.
No, it was
demand.
not.
She laid down the law.
I
She
don't
said,
think
get
she
those
demanded.
losers out.
Their wacky radio
Yeah.
bits are done for the
I
day.
love how you guys
By
are
the way, tell
interpretation.
Sedano your cut bets tonight. I don't like
Oh,
either
yeah.
one of
Go
your
ahead.
cut bets.
All right,
What do you
here's
got?
What I got me.
I think we have tight games in both.
I
today.
got Knicks just straight up on the money line.
They have no players, George. They're all hurt.
They're at home though, so I don't dislike it. I don't love it. I'll say that.
And then I've got Nuggets.
You got a
-4.
See, I like the Nuggets to win, but I think that's like a one possession game, like one of those crazy Jamal
I
Murray.
think Minnesota might show up tonight.
Nah, I think Denver wins. I don't think Denver's gonna lose 3 straight at home.
Right. I lost that game last night, the Celtics game. It was -8.5.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
I took Cleveland in that
Cleveland
game.
hung in. Now, do you think LeBron was recruiting Donovan Mitchell while he was there?
Hell yeah.
No,
Come on.
I don't think so.
You think he had words with
That's highly
Donovan Mitchell?
illegal, but hell
Think
yeah.
he said anything?
I mean, LeBron was busy drinking a $500 bottle of
I
wine
know, and
while he
his-
had coffee and water too.
And his wife had a very furry hat on.
She did.
Yeah, it was an interesting style.
Yeah.
I liked it.
LeBron's always trying to send a message.
Correct.
Yeah.
He is. He said something last. Although, isn't it all? I mean, it's all laid out now.
Hey,
it's
who
all
was
laid
he?
out.
George, did you see they named a Miami Heat assistant as a possible
Chris
coach?
Quinn.
What do you know about him?
He's been on the staff for a really long time. So he was a player there when Shaq was there. And he got on Spoelstra's staff right away. So he was there when LeBron was there. And
There's your LeBron tie.
He's been interviewed by a number of different teams. Utah interviewed him when they hired Hardy. Somebody else last year interviewed him. So he's been in the interview circuit, and he's been Spo's right-hand man for a number of years now.
There's worse guys to hire than that.
Played
I'll
at
tell
Notre
you.
Dame, was a good college basketball player, and played in the league for like 6 years.
Yeah, so I think J.J. Redick's getting the job, right?
The Krzyzewski thing by the organization, I thought was a fascinating twist that
It
I
is
wasn't
interesting, right?
that I wasn't aware of.
Well, you figure he could either elevate or sink Redick because he knows him really well.
Right, but the assumption was that the Redick thing was all a LeBron thing, and if the organization is seeking out help from Krzyzewski, then it's not just a LeBron thing.
Right.
They're going outside.
Right, they're going to Coach K
Right.
for thoughts.
But you would think that Coach K is going to say, JJ.
Maybe not.
Remember, JJ caused Coach K a lot of headaches
He
back
did.
in the day.
He did. It's true. It's true.
You know.
And don't you think Bronny's going to wind up here too?
And by the way, James Borrego, who was one of Pop's assistants for a long time, was
Former head coach on the Hornets.
Correct, and he did a good job of the Hornets. He got pushed out because the alleged story was that LaMelo and the young guys didn't like how strict he was, allegedly.
Players getting a coach fired. Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, so, and he had gotten them to the play-in for the first time. They hadn't been in the playoffs in years, and he got them into the play-in
By
that
the way,
year.
what you just said, Mace.
Yeah.
Players getting a coach fired. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah.
That's kind of uniquely an NBA thing, isn't it? Could a baseball team get a manager fired? Could an NFL team get a head coach fired?
Well, and then Nathaniel Hackett got fired because the players were just like, this guy has no...
But he also got fired because he was just blatantly incompetent.
Right, but the players were
they
were out quick.
The players were done with him really fast.
But it doesn't happen that often, to your point, in the NFL. Maybe baseball? I don't know.
No, baseball, it's more the GM kind of runs the team.
Right.
Yeah.
And
But
the
even
manager
what about
is
back in
almost
the day?
Inconsequential.
Back in the day when managers went and
Didn't Reggie Jackson and Billy Martin
Reggie
fight all the
Jackson,
time?
Billy Martin.
And Billy got fired like 4 times.
Billy
I
got
say.
fired.
And rehired by George.
Right. Billy got fired at a press conference where he was being hired.
Right.
Like you're hired as and then they got into a fight and George fired him right there.
Right.
So it was a different time.
That's why, like, George, let me preface this by saying I don't think this is going to happen. As a matter of fact, I think there's less than a 1% chance that it could.
Yeah.
But when we suggest that
Oh, my God.
the Lakers could call Frank Vogel, it's not unprecedented.
Wait, I did. That was a whole thing. We did a whole day. I started a whole campaign. Bring Frank back.
I
Oh,
would.
was it?
BFB.
But I'm a Frank Vogel apologist.
Me
I
too.
love him. And so, but think about it. Phil Jackson got fired. They brought him back a year later. Rick Carlisle got fired in Indiana for Vogel, and now he's a head coach in Indiana.
Right.
It wouldn't be the most
Unprecedented.
ridiculous thing in the world.
All right, a quick word with Kaplan, who
Cap
is
decided to show up at 4:05 for his own
who's
show.
wearing something from the Liberace collection. It is a very shiny,
What's with the getup, man?
shiny jacket, short
and you have
pants,
the D-bag glasses on, I see.
sunglasses on, and then a pride cap.
No, this is not a. This is
Probably
not
should
a
turn the
pride-
microphone
it's not
on.
A pride cap.
Oh.
This is my Gucci hat.
Oh, is it really?
You
Is
can't
it
see that this is-
genuinely
And you have a
Gucci?
Mercedes Rompum
Yeah, take
on.
a look at me here, Mace. Take a look at me.
Yeah.
Take a good look. Take it.
What are you going
Yeah,
for?
that's something. That's something right there.
You got a gold K chain on.
And what has prompted this bizarro look?
Well, today
Swerve's here.
George and I have Swerve
Oh,
Strickland.
that's right. I forgot. Yeah.
He is the AEW champion.
Mm-hmm.
He's been the champion of AEW for a month. And I don't know if you guys saw what happened to him here just a couple of nights ago, but he got jumped by like 3 dudes, and one of these guys bailed on him, and they all turned on him. And so I just wanted to show the champ that I am with him.
You got his back, yeah.
So I have put on my wrestling gear today.
Okay.
This is when I get into character for wrestling.
What is your character?
I am Cappy, the
Yeah.
Hebrew Hammer.
The Hebrew Hammer. I like the Hebrew Hammer.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I got a couple of finishing moves I'm going to talk to the champ about today.
Good.
Yeah.
He has already broken out his AEW championship
Nice.
belt. I have the Sedano and Cap ESPN 710 championship
Yes.
belt. And my gear here today is inspired by my, stylist, who you guys probably have met.
Zap. Stylist?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Zap.
Zap.
Yeah.
Zap,
You
your
guys,
stylist?
Yeah, you've met Zap before.
Oh, I know Zap.
Zap
right.
has been to the Mandy's.
Yeah,
Comes
yeah.
around to a lot of our events.
He's your stylist?
Yeah, he made this for me.
Oh, that's
Handmade
beautiful.
it.
What's-
Johnny I, you would look money in this right here.
Yeah.
I don't think I could pull that off.
No, you can pull it off.
I don't think anybody can pull it off.
Well, there's one guy.
You're looking at him.
You're looking at
It's
him.
the Hebrew
Yeah.
Hammer.
The champ.
The champ.
He's in the house.
That's awesome.
I don't want to get beat up by this guy. Let's
We
get outta
were
here.
warned.
Yeah, we were told.
I don't know,
hurry up
where
and
is
get
Lindsay?
out.
Lindsay laid
I don't
down
know.
the law. She said, "You get out fast because
We have a
we've got
bigger
the
name
champ."
than you. Get out.
Where
what
is she,
we were
though?
told. I don't know.
Is she with Swerve?
She is with
Probably
Swerve.
So I just hugged it out with Swerve.
Did
Yeah.
you?
Swerve and I talked about a couple of different things, and he's now sitting in what is not really a green room,
Right.
But it's a secondary studio
Sure.
here at 710.
Yeah.
And he's on ice right now.
On ice.
You know?
So we can finish our 4 minutes here, basically, is what you're saying.
I'm saying you guys can feel free. I mean, you have nowhere to go.
Oh, we have people to see. Things to
we
do.
have so much going on.
Really?
right
What do you guys
now.
got going?
my
Oh, yeah?
God.
What are you guys doing?
Sorry.
I'm
They
getting
want us-
acupuncture tonight.
They
Oh,
want
you
us to
are?
do something
Yeah.
in the
Cupping?
other room.
Acupuncture and cupping, yeah.
Really?
And they want us to do a TikTok video.
Actually, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Throat is starting to get weak because of all the talk shows and games.
Yeah, I got something for you.
What do you got? Oh, it's in the bag.
Johnny I's already
So it's
got it.
real.
Johnny I's already got it with him.
I got
Because I got a game on Saturday. I'm calling the Mavs OKC Game 6 on radio.
Okay, so Ireland's got
These
that.
have honey inside of them.
Okay.
Okay.
What are they called?
Are those Ricolas?
They're
What are
called
those?
honeys.
Let me have a
Honeys?
couple of those.
Yeah, let me get some of that.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank
That's
you.
just that just sounds
Yeah, give me some of
delicious.
that.
Here
They're
you
not
go.
for you. They're for me.
I know,
I'm the
taking
one
a
with the
couple.
throat issue.
I'm taking a couple.
Okay, I got a suggestion
Thank you,
for
John.
too.
Johnny I, what a guy.
I got a suggestion. I use
Don't
this
talk?
when no loquat syrup.
Loquat syrup.
Oh, I've had that.
Loquat syrup.
Yeah.
It's like really, really thick. It coats your vocal cords,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah.
And George, if it takes a turn way south,
Yeah.
I've got a guy in Beverly Hills. He was Chick Hearn's guy. He was Keith Jackson's guy. He's
Who
Al
did it?
Michaels' guy.
Yeah.
A guy named Joe Sugarman. He is the voice doctor to the stars, and he's the best.
Give him to
really?
me. Give me the
All right,
number.
I'll send it to you right now.
Yeah.
Everybody here should have that guy's number.
All right, I'll send it to
The
everybody.
voice doctor to the stars.
All right.
As a vocal professional, we should all have that guy's
Now,
number.
don't you get steroids if you're having voice problems?
Prednisone.
Dr. Sugarman.
Oh,
will give
that's
you
what he
a
does,
shot
yeah.
if
Yeah.
you want it.
Prednisone.
Yeah.
Oh, shot.
He'll give you anything that you tell. This is where guys go when you need, like, let's say you have a concert tonight.
Right.
That matter of fact, last time I was in his office, this was surreal. I walk in, I'm in the waiting room, and Paul Stanley from Kiss.
Love Paul Stanley.
Oh, wow.
Love
But
Paul Stanley.
Without the makeup,
Yeah.
I was impressed that I knew who he was.
Yeah,
Because,
the hair.
Yeah,
The
the
lips.
hair and the face. You could
Yeah.
totally tell it was
Right.
him.
Right.
He
Yeah.
couldn't have been nicer, by the way. Just a sweetheart of a guy.
How many games are you doing, Shadano? You doing while you're
So
traveling
I've
or
got
doing
I
all
got a
that?
radio game here, and then I'll be working the conference finals and finals. So it's going to be a long haul still.
Yeah, you're bouncing around all over the place.
Yeah.
Cappy, you're gonna hold down the.
But
ship?
I'm calling a game on Saturday.
Oh, this is the UFL, right?
No, like the NBA, the OKC Dallas game.
Oh, you're calling that game?
Yeah, I've been calling NBA games.
Oh,
on radio.
Because I'm ready for you doing football too.
I was doing football.
He did this
UFL,
last
now I'll do
weekend.
college football.
Yeah.
When the season
Why
starts.
do they change the broadcast team? Like, who's been calling the this playoff series?
No, on radio it gets switched around. So Mark Kestisher and PJ Carlissimo, they do whatever the A game is. But they'll go to potentially to a different city. So they're probably, I'd have to look at the schedule, but my guess is they'll be in Denver or Minnesota.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
But who's been calling the other Western Conference Finals
It's
games right
been
now?
a mix of guys.
I think my guy Sean
Kelly does a
games,
few.
yeah.
Mike Cousins does a few, and then I did those play-ins, and then they asked me, "Would you do the second round game?" And I said, "Sure."
That guy, Mark Kestisher?
Yeah.
That guy's
He's
been on ESPN radio.
forever.
I swear to you guys.
Syracuse guy.
It's got to be 30 years.
I think when I was a kid, I heard Mark.
It's got to be
Kestisher.
30 years.
by the way.
Right.
He is an incredible dude.
Fantastic.
I mean, like the original sports updates on ESPN radio.
Yeah.
I'm Mark Kestisher. You know?
Yep. And on that note, we're back
These taste
tomorrow
good,
at 1.
Josh.